Welcome back to Star Wars Cinema Crew. And we are here. We are back because there is a new Star Wars Disney Plus show that we've all been waiting for, Obi-Wan Kenobi. And we are back to review episodes 1 and 2.
Star Wars back in the building, baby.
Star Wars is back, and also Chris is back. We haven't seen Chris in so much, man. He's a new svelte
Thank you for having me.
version of himself, with all the workouts and weight loss. So happy to have Chris back. Of course, we got the man, the myth, the legend himself, Josh Waring. What's going on, Josh?
Strong in my with the force.
Yes. Nice.
And my guy, after his cross-country trip, a little bit closer, my guy, Maine. What's up, Maine?
What up, everybody? Man, it's good to be back. Man, I'm excited for some Star Wars talk, man, and everything else, man. But it's good to be back. It's good to see all y'all, man.
Welcome to the East Coast.
I know. It's crazy.
Go.
I know, man. East Coast, Maine, bro.
East Coast, Maine. East side, man. I hear you.
You got to meet up someday, man. That would be really cool.
When I was playing that 30-second countdown, I was like, it'd be cool if I can play the Imperial March during that countdown.
Oh man, that would be dope.
Yeah, it would be dope, but the video had been removed before the show even started, so that happened as well.
Yeah.
I tried that on Instagram once, and they took my video down within like 30 seconds.
Are you serious? Wow,
yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, well, Obi-Wan, gentlemen, finally here. It's also Star Wars Celebration Week, so there's a lot of news with that too. We can discuss when it's over. But Obi-Wan, let's start, of course, with episode 1. And just before we even get into the parts, what was your overall thoughts about it, Josh? Let me start with you, buddy. Episode 1.
Another work of art. I'm loving the direction Star Wars is going. Now that Kevin Feige is in the building, he's seeing how sausage has been made. He's examined the product, noticed what the fans have been saying, and I think starting to turn out some better, more consistent product, similar to the Marvel model, if you will. So for me, I see this as a great new hope, pun absolutely intended.
All right, Maine.
Good one.
You know what? I was a little leery about what kind of story they would tell, how they would present Obi-Wan. I think that after watching it, I think that they really did a great job of showing this character who has been through a lot in these past 10 years and is fighting this battle within himself on many different fronts to not only protect some people, protect himself, to avoid trouble, to all these different things that's going on. I think that the way they presented it, and then also camera work and everything like that, which we'll get into. I think that at first, while I was worried, after watching the first episode, they once again, and Feige we trust, as someone echoed before, it just makes sense and it works and it fits, and I'm very much excited to see what else is in store.
Chris, buddy, let's hear your thoughts. Haven't heard your thoughts in a long time, man. Overview of the episode.
Thanks for throwing me out the invite. I appreciate it. It's been busy lately.
Always.
So, you know how my opinion can change within a couple episodes. So, right off the rip, with the first 2 episodes is solid. Okay, it's pretty decent. It has some parts that I thought were ridiculous, and there's some parts that I thought were great. So, overall, so far so good, I think.
All right, and before I give my thoughts, let's get some more thoughts from the next guest of the Star Wars Cinema Crew, Mr. E Money in the building.
Yo, what's going on, fellas?
Without my boy here.
My boys, what's
up,
going
E?
on? What's going on?
How you doing?
Good.
Good, man.
Yo, E,
Wait, pause.
Huh?
Pause. Something's different. You ain't got no spliff on you, B?
Oh yeah.
I was about to say you pull out.
I got a couple. I put it out. I had put
it out. He didn't tell you he quit?
Yeah, I can't wait for y'all. Oh man. Can't wait for everybody to move closer. I'll tell y'all that.
Man already closer now. No.
Oh, is he?
I'm here.
Oh, you here?
Yeah.
Look, wait till we get to that group chat. My boy here. Chris, man, it's good seeing you. You look good, buddy. You got me on my journey too, man. I've been going every day at 9 in the morning.
Let's go.
That's awesome, man. Hey, what was your just before you begin into the spoiler talk? What was your overall thoughts to these first 2 episodes?
It was different for me. I mean, like certain stuff I really loved because it brought back a lot of feelings that I had towards people, and certain things was different for me as far as like how stuff goes. So I'm gonna be asking a lot of questions as well, trying to figure out.
That's why I needed Chris on this show, because Chris is a Star Wars guy.
Yeah, Chris,
yeah. He's Chris is Star Wars like you are the comic books. That's why I needed Chris on here to help me out a little bit.
Chris definitely knows him. And y'all be on y'all shit in that Star Wars joint.
Yeah. It's weird having Star Wars in the summertime, though. I gotta say, usually like Mandalorian.
Yeah.
So this is it's nice. It's nice Disney cranking out the movies, man.
Yeah, I swear I saw him too, yo. Not Mandalorian, but I saw Boba Fett.
You did. We'll get to that though. You did. But I'll tell you too about it when we get there.
Cool.
I want to give a shout out to Deborah Chow. This is her show, her baby, basically. She's the creative director of the show, so I think she's definitely doing a good job so far.
Yeah,
yeah. And she directed the episode of Mandalorian. I can't remember which one, but that's what got her to get this job. So I want to give her a shout out for that. It was in season 2, I believe, though. All right, so we start off actually. First of all, we start off and it gets me amped up because we start off with a galaxy far ago, a long time ago, and we start off with a showing of the prequels, kind of giving us kind of just the highlights, letting us know what the story was, and leading into Order 66, of course.
Yeah, so
to start off with the giving us the background of the prequels and that a minute scene of Order 66. Chris, how you felt about that, bro? When you saw that,
the opening scene, that was awesome.
Even before that, like them showing us the highlights,
the whole history of everything that went down.
Yeah,
I thought that was a good catch me up for people who hadn't maybe watched it in a while. That was very important. Showed some really powerful stuff.
Yeah, it did.
And then them attacking the temple. That was so cool seeing it from like that perspective too. And I wonder if one of those the little Jedis were, what do you call them, apprentices? Were one of them
Padawans.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The first one they showed, the black chick, that's Reva.
Yeah,
that was Reva.
I think so, yo.
That's
I think
theory.
And that's why they panned on her first when it came from the outside in, stuff like that.
Because her grudge is way too strong for
we
to be anything else. Right.
Yeah, we'll definitely get to that. Yeah, we'll get to that. Yeah. So, Josh, I know how you like the some of the prequels and that whole Order 66 scenes. How do you feel about that whole part?
Definitely a great scene. I would definitely echo Chris's point about the angle. And as Maine said, everyone said basically, right, the angle in which they tell this story. So I thought it's a great balance with the Force, if you will. You have a potential for young Luke. You're starting with young Leia, which was a curveball for me. I did not expect that, but it's kind of like, duh, of course, you would have to, right? So it's how they tell that story. So I think this is a great way. For me, it was literally A New Hope, because you see there was like a power shift when they first met each other, and then it kind of like in verses, because we know it's about to happen. So I just thought that was a great blend of, you see how they're gonna grow into their character. So I thought that was great.
Right.
May, how you felt about the opening of the show?
Man, it was really well done to me, especially like it was one of those things where if you had never watched Star Wars before and you were just trying to get into the show, that pretty much gave you an idea what was going on. And like, it was easy, it was digestible, and I think that they did an excellent job with that. It got me like, at some point I was like, damn, I need to go back and watch these movies again. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right. Yeah,
like, damn, that. You know what I mean? Like,
and the same shit for me, bro.
Yeah, I was like, I'm sitting there watching the thing. I'm just like, add to playlist. Add to playlist. So I'm just like, yo, this okay. So I thought that they did a really good job with that, man. And I'm excited to talk more about the show. But much like you were saying, Josh, like the whole Leia thing, man. Like Like, why not?
We'll get to Leia. Leia's way down the line.
Yeah, I thought that was dope, man. I just thought that everything was dope as far as leading into where we started, like the episode started. I thought it all like tied in quite well, and it made sense, which you would think is easy to do. It isn't, but for what the story is talking about, everything tied in really, really well.
Right.
Really, really
well. What about you, E? That first scene with the Jedi protecting the Padawan, stuff like that. How you felt about that, bro?
Oh, I loved it. You know, that's my style of stuff anyway. Once we get into Jedi territory and you know, lightsabers, space samurai shit. Oh, that's me. That's me all day. And I wanted to ask you guys this because I have to ask you guys this. I feel like they wouldn't have been able to put this show out unless they gave us both of those episodes.
That's a great point.
How so?
What do you mean?
How
yeah. I'm with Max. What do you mean? How so?
Like because I have a bigger memory of the second episode more than the first one. You get what I'm saying? Like I feel like I sucked in more off the second episode than I did the first one.
That's a great point. So for me, analytically, I would love to know the numbers of the people who watched the second one right away versus waited. Like I would love to know those metrics because to East's point, that's the data that proves that point. Literally.
Okay. Does anybody know why they did that this weekend? Put 2 episodes out?
Yeah, they owed us that. It
was supposed to be last week, wasn't it?
Right. Yeah, they owed us that. They were supposed to be last week and they didn't.
It's because this is what I think.
I only got pushed back 2 days, though. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, and then they gave us 2. So.
Okay, so the 2 days was because so it could be out when Star Wars Celebration was happening. That's why I think that was the case.
Okay.
The second, the first question.
I never thought of that.
This first question is because they don't want to have too much overlap between Obi-Wan and Miss Marvel, which comes out in like 3 weeks. If they drop 2 Obi-Wans at one, you only get 1 week of overlap. Where instead of having them out at the same time, because you don't want your audience.
6 with this, right?
Huh?
No,
you're getting 6 with this. 6 episodes?
Yeah, 6 episodes. Yeah.
6.
So you don't want your audience split between Marvel and Disney. I mean, Marvel and Star Wars. You try to like have them a separate time, stuff like that. Okay. That's what I think.
So we're only getting 6, right? 6.
Only 6. It's only 6 everything. 6 Obi-Wans, 6 Miss Marvels. Like 6 is the magic number, I guess. Right now, it's crazy.
There you go. He gone.
Yeah, I just need more. I need more,
especially this though, right?
Yeah, like, right. Especially when you're doing this villain and this.
We'll talk about it later, but Andor looks good too.
We're about to get to a lot of it. So,
you know what it is, guys. I feel that you're seeing a big push to combine the TV and streaming with the movies, which I think is fantastic. So you're seeing that with both Marvel and Star Wars. So even if it's a limited series, similar to Moon Knight, he has to be in the MCU movies at some point. He's too.
Star Wars comes out next year, 2023. So
I don't think they're gonna make it, me personally, but that's what I'm.
Which one?
Taika
Waititi got a movie coming out next
year.
Yeah,
they brought year. I seen that on Instagram. Yeah, they brought that up. You don't think they're gonna do it?
No, I think they're gonna do it. I think they're gonna make it for December 2023. They haven't even wrote a script. It's not even shot. Post alone is 6 months for these
secret
movies.
They've ever held down. No, they can't.
And I know. I hope you guys noticed. I noticed you guys. Anybody noticed the Marvel actors?
And this show?
Star Wars. Yep.
Oh yeah. I think it's different though. So it's like you can't. You know what I mean? You can't really like.
Yeah, I think they're
separated there.
Yeah,
but I noticed them. I was like, wait a
minute. Technically, they all work for Disney, I guess. Anyway, right?
Right. That's what I said.
Is Fast and Furious owned by Disney?
No, Universal.
No.
Okay. Because
they got her.
His brother.
Yeah,
they got Han as fifth brother.
Fifth brother. Yeah.
He did good.
He looks good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't tell that's Han.
So
all right, we're getting off track. Sorry.
No, we're fine. I love talking Star Wars, and else was happening. So after that, though, from the scene at the Order 66, they start off with the we see the what are they called? Man, why I'm just thinking about it. What's the fifth brother called? Inquisitors. Yeah.
Inquisitors.
They pull up.
Yeah, they went straight to the point.
Yeah. We see the Inquisitors and the ship. We got the fifth brother, the Grand Inquisitor, and the third sister, Reva. And they roll up to the bar, dude. I thought the Grand Inquisitor was great in this scene. When he was talking to the barkeep and stuff like that, and telling him about the Jedi. It was great.
It was
and
great.
Then of course we
Jedi code is like an itch.
And he was right? Because Reva throws his knife, and the Jedi got to save the guy, and we get that scene where he gets away because Reva is a little bit too anxious, and the Grand Inquisitor stops her. How I felt about that whole bar scene? Let me start with Maine this time.
I thought that it was interesting because it's you hear that speech and you like, for me instantly, like I'm thinking like kind of like E-Money. I'm like, man, she about to go down right now. Like, get your drink. I'm expecting somebody to go like this. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Nah, they're gonna be like my man on Color Purple. Time to go.
Time to go.
Wait for the piano down. Time to go.
Or you hear that? Or you hear that one man who just sat down? You hear him go, "Oh shit." You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So, I man, it just that speech, but just seeing Reva's impatience, like everything that was done in that scene was identifiable, and I understood, right? I understood Reva's impatience. I understood her impulsiveness. I understood the Grand Inquisitor's slow burn approach to everything. It, to me though, like that was also that dynamic when you saw the two powers fighting, and I love how the Inquisitor, you could tell he's evil. You could tell he's a bad dude, but his approach is cold to me because he's one of those people, you could tell he's one of those characters where he'll show compassion, but it's an affront. It's to lure you in. It's to make you feel just open and relaxed. And then right then and there, boom, he got you.
Right, he got you.
So to see that dynamic between him and then Reva, who's just like, man, bump all that. I'll cut everybody up in here right now to see who's about it, just to see. And I just love the way that they did that dynamic, and I thought it was really, really dope. Well shot scene too. I like the way that they shot the scene, and I like the way some people didn't really like the way the Grand Inquisitor looks. I actually like.
I like how he looks. I like how he looks now.
Yeah, I didn't like his head the way that looked, but as with seeing it in live and him acting, I just forgot all about it. Dude.
You forgot all about it, right?
Yeah. I thought it was a good scene. I liked it. I really loved it. I really loved the scene. It was good.
Yeah, well, Josh, bro, what'd you think, bro?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. I echo that completely because you get to see why current Darth Vader and the Emperor recruited these people to work with Darth Vader, just like the Knights of Ren.
Yep.
Right? That's essentially his Knights of Ren, and Reva has a very interesting story arc brewing because it reminds me of Killmonger a lot, which is
very much.
E, how you felt about that whole story, bro?
Come on, man. I'm with the shits. I needed that. Listen, I always love a pale, crazy color-eyed bad guy. Like when the bad guy looks not human and he's man, that shit was great, man. The way he spoke, it took it to me. I don't even care about the cartoon no more because I got this now. Like, so to me, he did good. He did good. Only thing I will say is, I feel like when they do them off a cartoon onto the movies, keep them as badass as they normally are. You get what I'm saying? Like the Grand Inquisitor ain't nothing to sleep on. He's not letting nobody get too close to him. Like there's certain shit they just got to keep instead of just to add it for story.
It's also okay if they changed it a little bit from the comics or the the cartoon versions. Why not? This Grand Inquisitor didn't look like the one in Rebels, but still, it's like I'm cool with it because it's fine. It doesn't have to be exact, like how they did Cad Bane.
Yeah.
We might get a sighting too of Cad Bane.
Yeah, we should.
Interesting.
I heard we might get Darth Maul too because he's still alive in this era right now.
Right.
I hope we get Darth Maul.
But you know what?
Sense.
Speaking of what, really quick to touch on that, there was I'm a Star Wars game guy. They have games of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I don't know if you saw, but they made another game in that series called Jedi Survivor.
Yes,
with the bull with the red hair. You see the Grand Inquisitor in that, and to be honest, some people were saying that they prefer that Grand Inquisitor more because he looks more Nosferatu. He has the teeth is much more sharper. He has the long nails.
We could talk about that trailer after this.
Everything. So, but to your point though, right? Like, why I don't mind any kind of incarnation of the Grand Inquisitor. I do understand what you mean. Is that if like to me though, I will say that Grand Inquisitor in that trailer looked badass. Like he was sitting in his chair. You saw the long nails. You saw the skin, and you saw his fangs. I was like, oh, who is this? Is that the Grand Inquisitor? So I get it, but still, they did a really good job with this one in this show.
Right, but it's just like if they give us Vader. When they give us Vader, I expect Vader to be a fucking army tank.
Yeah.
I expect no mistakes, no dumbass mistakes for the plot line.
No. I was hoping that our first look at him was. I mean, I know we're skipping to the fucking end here, but they gave us something, and that was good.
Yeah, that was good. That little bit
epic though. Woo! They gave us a little taste, a tiny taste.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
Right.
I love the show because I can just like sit back. You guys talk about Star Wars.
No. You go ahead.
Well, what do you think, Mike?
Man? No. Well, I didn't get to you yet, Chris. How you felt about that whole bar?
I love that. I love that whole scene. I love that new Jedi. I loved all the the newness to it. I really want to know why Reba has this hatred for Obi-Wan like she has. I hope they explore that.
Well, I think we all all have our own theories later on to see what we all think.
Yeah. But see what we think. Yeah. Because her chip on her shoulder is big, man. That's a big ass chip.
I mean, I don't know if in the comic books the Inquisitors were tortured by Vader, right? For their training, and I want to know why she wants to gain favor with him too. It seems like that way, So I hope they delve into her backstory a little bit in this series too.
Like I said, I hope they make him mean as shit, and that's why. Like I want him to be mean.
I need the Vader from Rogue One. That's my favorite.
Right.
So, another reason that I don't see these Inquisitors going around and just randomly killing people like they could be is because the Galactic Empire hasn't settled in just yet. The Senate is still around in this time period because Palpatine abolishes it in A New Hope.
Right.
So. That's why I don't think they're valid. But people, they ask me, you know who we are? And they're like, yeah, you guys are the Inquisitors. We hunt Jedi. So.
All right. Well, we're 20 minutes in, and we have not talked about title character yet, Obi-Wan. So we catch up to Obi-Wan, and he's at the I guess he's working at a meat market. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Working a regular job, slicing up meat, stealing meat.
Stealing meat. Feed his little horse.
Yeah,
he's doing so slow though. Like I'm surprised he don't get caught.
I know, right?
Jedi mind tricks. You don't see the meat.
But we do see that this other worker who getting underpaid and getting punked basically, and Obi-Wan wants to do something but he can't. He don't want to show his Jedi ways before he gets caught. So we kind of see that in the beginning that he's trying to hide himself. And then he goes in this routine, as we can see every day, same thing. Goes to the place, works at the meat store, goes back. And this first part, we see that he meets up with the Jawa to buy a toy, the toy from Luke. The same toy we see in A New Hope, actually, for Luke. And he drops off there, and the thing with the Jawa, he's watching on Luke. So before I move forward, Josh, how do you feel about where Obi-Wan's at, his life, his routine right now going on?
It makes a lot of sense, and I was surprised that that other Jedi was so obvious with his Jedi-ness. Like, part of being a master Jedi, you have to be patient. We see people like Yoda go in like monk mode. Like sometimes that's required, right?
That's
so
be wise. He got killed too.
Be wise with the Force. You all trying to be Superman. Like you guys have to hide. That time is literally over. You could do that. You essentially had priests as generals in an army. You know what I mean? That was like a desperate time. But now that that's over, your power, your moral correctness is irrelevant.
Obi-Wan told him, stay hidden.
Yeah.
What don't you get about that?
You ain't listen. You called him master, but you ain't listen. So that's what happened.
Well, let's back up because we're going forward again. But about his life, Chris,
I tried to tell you.
Yeah, no. How do you feel about Obi-Wan's life at this point? What's going on with him? Chris,
me?
You, Chris. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I kind of always imagined what it was like at the end of
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, Revenge of the Sith, of what Obi-Wan was doing, and it kind of like this captures that pretty well. He's a hermit staying in the mountains and looking over Luke, just like I imagined. But I didn't know he had a job and was going off planet and everything else. So I don't know, when that got wrapped into this, I thought that was a little odd. But
I think so. What are you going to survive off?
And I think
he had to have a job.
and I think he's showing the PTSD from Revenge of the Sith with Anakin and stuff like that. You can see that in him, and he's closed himself off from the Force almost, right? Because that some people can, some Inquisitors can feel the Force, right? So,
yeah. Speaking of the PTSD, man, why don't you add a part about the dreams he's having, as well, and how that's affecting him overall, man.
It's like his dreams, man. I think that just like kind of like what Chris was saying, it's that simple. It's PTSD. He's just shattered and he's broken. If you could pretty much make a diagram to me or a picture encapsulating where Obi-Wan is right now, you would see on one side of the road the Obi-Wan that was a knight, a guardian, a teacher, a master, everything, just standing there being celebrated. And the one that we see now is just literally a guy working at the goddamn Sloss and Swap Meet. Right. You know what I mean? Like that. Right. He's being plagued by so much that in some ways you could say he's putting on himself in a lot of ways. And he's but at the same time, right, it's understandable because, like you said, this is not a time where in his mind people should even know he exists. This is not the time for him to say, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up that mantle and be that shining guardian once again. Man, we out here dead. We're dying if we're not already gone. I can't, like, he's also running out of fear, like on fear. I can't show these people what I can do. I can't let them know I exist. I can't save that girl that's right in front of me that's getting attacked. I can't do anything because if I do anything, they're gonna find out. And then whatever duty I have to not Anakin, but Luke and whoever else, that's gone. And that's another thing he's fixated on is Luke. That's another thing that's being tied in is that he's all these things that's going on. He's doing to himself. I can't go far. Luke needs me. Oh, I can't do this. Luke is nearby. I can't do this because, and it's, man, he's destroying himself, and the dreams aren't helping. It's all this is just a cage that he's putting himself in. And it's honest. For a while, I was kind of like, yo, man, like, get your shit together, bro. Like,
didn't the Jawa told him that he stank too? When the Jawa
was like, bro, take a shower.
I smelled you all the way from Anchorhead.
Like, you smell like Womp Rat's ass, dog. Like, come on.
Over here, funky.
Man.
He's right.
But I do agree with man, yo. When I looked at him, I seen a broken man. Like, I don't even, for real, they're doing good on seeing how broken he is. But do you feel he even wants to teach Luke? Like, after what happened with him and Anakin? Right.
He really don't. Yeah.
He don't want to deal with that shit at all.
Listen, if you haven't thrown hands in 10 years, do you think you'd still be good at throwing hands 10 years later?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
I'm sorry, it was stupid. That's my bad.
Yeah, I think Obi-Wan is, coming to terms with he can't really just turn it off. You know what I mean? Like you're too influential in this space world, this galaxy far, far away. So
I want to make sure. Did you call him Obi-Wan?
Oh, that's no!
Hilarious. I was gonna say, because I want to be like, yo, this one of those
amazing
moments where it could be valid right now.
I see what you did right there, Josh. That was pretty good.
Oh no, I can't take credit for that. That goes to May. That's yours.
Old B1. Is that what y'all said?
Yeah. But to all your points, so other things within this first part, to E's point about the training, we do see him run up into to Owen and stuff, and that Owen is saying like, you want to train him like you train his dad, stuff like that. Which was a shot at him.
That was whoa.
That was
whoa.
And Uncle Owen
is Obi-Wan doesn't have any purpose. His only purpose right now is young Luke. But as you guys said, he's you know, he doesn't really want to teach him because of all those reasons. Same thing like Luke on, you know, Octo 2.
Yep.
Yeah, and Uncle Owen was like, "Yo, don't come by no more. We'll need your help." You know, blah blah blah. He's kind of laid it into him, and like you also talked about the young Jedi who were trying to get his help, and Obi-Wan was like, "Nah." He said, "Take the lightsaber and bury it, you know, somewhere in the sand," which foreshadowed, you know, where his lightsaber was buried at later on, which we see in the show. I don't know how he found it. He got crazy GPS because I don't know how he found it in the middle of the damn sand, but it's neither here nor there. But then we, you know, as he's talking to Owen, we see the Inquisitors come back. We only see the fifth brother this time, and Reva, and a scene where she chops the lady's hands off for talking shit, and her back and forth with Owen, which I thought was a great scene myself. But let me go start with E. What do you think about that whole part there?
Man, she is crazy, man. Like, she gives me vibes of Maria Rambeau. That's the vibes I got from her, for real. No cap. The facial expressions, how she's acting. She's a beast. I gotta give it to her. I think.
Wait, the Multiverse of Madness.
No, that's Maria. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Maria Rambeau, right?
Yeah. Like, remember her facial expression when Wanda.
Yeah.
Like
I did see that movie, guys. I'm sorry I didn't make the review, but.
Oh, you saw it though, right? Okay.
I liked it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I did too. But the facial expression she gave Peggy Carter, I get a lot of those facial expressions from this one. I almost thought it was the same person for a second. I had to really dig deep and look. I know now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I think that's her big
Maria's a 007, man. You can't play her.
007. Right. This girl was in an ambulance.
Yeah.
You're in my way. I cut your hand off.
But
yo. Man, listen, she
you
cut body parts off.
I'm gonna kill you.
I'm gonna kill you and your family. Raw, she's straight up raw.
You know what's crazy? Like how much they sold that scene. We know that Owen lives, and I still thought she might kill him. That's the crazy part about it.
I thought she was gonna kill him too. I was like, yo, I don't think nobody's gonna be able to say this.
They're gonna kill this whole crowd.
You know what I mean? Old Obi-Wan was over there looking pitiful as hell, standing on the side.
Man, he gonna rat me out.
Right. He over there like.
Hiding the shit,
man.
Do it for you.
But you know what though? I will say about Reva, man, is that I heard this yesterday, and it actually applies to her logic, and I agree with this in some ways. They said that sometimes you have to take it there so people will know that you will.
Right.
And she did that. She's like, well, listen, if you confused about whether I will do this, try it. And then somebody says something.
And now is this because now, like, if like say if that was us, we were the people. We come outside, we see the Grand Inquisitor, and we see her, Reva.
Yep.
I would be more scared of the Grand Inquisitor than Reva because the way he looks. Like, see, you know what I mean? My fear would jump out the window off of his looks.
I thought she did a good job playing menacing, though. You know,
no, she is menacing.
That's his point.
That's my point. She's menacing as hell because she don't look like that. She don't look like she don't look like my man with the Raiden hat. She don't look like him either.
Somebody would have said Lord Raiden.
Right.
Yo, listen. I mean, I agree. She plays menacing. After 2 episodes, I will say I hope they give her a little bit more depth throughout the series because she's like one tone right now for me. But she's good at what she does. I will say. I was gonna say the whole conversation with Owen. Like I said, we talked about that. And then she told the lady. She told them all. She said, "Listen, I will chop your hands off because when you raise your arm, you'll know it was us." I like that whole speech.
That was good. See, she reminds me of somebody's street with a lightsaber. You get what I'm saying? She brings the streetness to the Inquisitors. Like she's straight up. I'm about it. I'm outside. We like that.
Yep.
Like
I wish they would have gave the Knights of Ren as much love as they do.
Right. Yo, I felt the same way, man. I felt the same way.
Yeah, they weren't used that well at all, but that's whatever. Another topic. So after that, we see Obi-Wan goes back on his routine, And then in the meantime, we go to Alderaan. It's the first time actually seeing Alderaan in this light. We saw it a few times here and there. And this was the 52 fake out for the whole series.
I did not expect
we
this.
never saw Leia in the trailers. We never saw Alderaan. We thought he was gonna be like more with Luke, but Luke ain't really in the show. He's really with Leia and stuff like that. So we see Alderaan, we see Leia pull the old doppelganger move her mom used to pull in the beginning.
Yeah.
And run in the forest. And we see her mom, adopted mom, goes and gets her and stuff like that. And then the whole scene on, let's talk about the whole Alderaan, Leia with the cousins, Jimmy Smith's back. How you felt about that, Chris? You didn't expect it. Stuff.
Man, so cool finally seeing Alderaan, seeing that planet. You know everybody there is going to die. So,
damn,
that's pretty crazy. But I think they did a good job. I remember reading rumors earlier on that there was a young Leia on set, but nobody believed it. They were like, why would that even be in? Like, what kind of involvement would she have to do at all? Because it's all supposed to be focused on Tatooine. So that was didn't see this coming. I liked the young actress that played Leia. I thought she was.
Yeah, she was good.
I'm a leader. I'm a rebel. You know what I mean? Which was pretty dope. And you're the daughter of Anakin Skywalker. So, yeah,
how you felt about the whole Alderaan, all the scenes there with Leia and the parents and all that, and at the party and all that stuff?
One thing that stood out to me was how she clapped back at her cousin. I thought that was like fire.
Yeah.
Like she said some stuff that I probably would have said. So that's why I was like, okay, I like that. I like that. She clapped back at him. And here's the thing, I wasn't sure if that was the Force talking or if that was just her observations. So that's where I was like, wait a minute. So what are we seeing Leia use right here? Are we seeing her Force come up? Because she read his ass. And he was just like the whole time. And I was just like, oh, get him.
Looking like
him. So I don't know. So that was interesting to me. But just Leia in general, just seeing her in that scene, like everybody said, I wasn't expecting it to have Leia play any part in it. But the fact that, like you said, right, Mike, Luke as of right now is off the table right now. He's off the table. He's where he's at. He's good.
Luke's got no problems.
He's good.
Yeah. If Disney makes a young Luke and Leia movie, I'm out, bro.
So the thing is that like I think that it was really nice for them to show that, because me personally, we don't really get to see much about Leia. You know what I mean? Whether it was her upbringing, especially in a movie or a show or anything like that. So it was really, really dope to have things twisted on its head and saying, hey, no, this situation is about Leia. It wasn't Luke that got Kenobi to get to where we see him. It was Leia. So this whole setup was a good way to drive that vehicle to where we're going. It was well done, man.
Josh, how you felt about Alderaan and Leia?
I thought it was great world building. To Chris's point, the dramatic irony, we all know that they're going to die. So it's interesting to see how they have power in the galaxy, rubbing shoulders with people like the Hutts and whatnot. That aristocratic galaxy crowd, you get to see part of it here. So I thought that was a interesting representation, because the empires they always have their finger in something lucrative. Wherever there's wealthy people, whether it's casinos, racing, as we saw in previous films, the empire is always going to be on the side of getting money. So I cannot wait until we see a Crimson Dawn sighting.
The whole Alderaan and Leia being in the story. How you felt about that?
I liked it. There wasn't a time I wasn't expecting Leia, but we got her anyway. So I thought that was good.
Spoiler alert.
I also thought, I don't think that's the last we'll see of Luke either. I think it's more people. Like, I feel like both of them are gonna like be pulling. He's gonna have to be dealing with both of them. I feel like protecting both.
Okay, I kind of did it first, but then I don't think so with Luke. I think Luke is good. I don't think he has any issues. I don't even know if we make it back to Tatooine until the end of the series. I think this is kind of like the Leia series. Now that I see it,
you don't think we're gonna see Luke again?
No, I think we'll see him. I think we'll see him though until episode 6, though, like towards the end of the series. I don't. That's what
Oh, okay.
Oh, Josh, man, you spoiled it for your girl, bro. That's messed up. Whatever. She didn't know. Man.
Well, I just reiterated what said. That's all.
Oh yeah, they've been dead.
I make 2 comments about Alderaan too that I forgot earlier. I like how their uniforms, they look like knights, like kind of like how it was like in Europe, you know what I mean? Like their whole outfit. So the whole Princess Leia thing kind of makes a little more sense. I like how it was like that Camelot look, Alderaan, right? And how many lightsabers are buried on Tatooine? How many?
I don't know.
Ray buries them, right?
Well,
they probably find them and sell them.
Obi-Wan's digging his up from sand.
Yeah, but they never say where that lady got Luke's lightsaber from, right?
Oh, that he did to go bury his lightsaber in the sand.
Kana.
Yeah, they never say where she got it from in the movie, right?
Lupita Luongo, by the way.
Yeah.
You're right. I don't think they do say.
They don't.
They don't. They never did. Yeah. They never said that.
So no, I think Alderaan was beautiful. I think they were like, it's crazy because they were showing how beautiful it is. It's probably the best planet we ever seen as far as like the beauty of it all. But it's gonna be gone in 10 years, right? From where they're at right now. So it's kind of crazy to see that's gonna be like totally destroyed. And I think it's cool that we see Leia with Obi-Wan because A New Hope starts with her giving the plans to Obi-Wan, her friend Ben. So you never really knew, like, how does she even know him that well? Besides, him knowing her dad and stuff like that. So now you kind of see they had like a backstory themselves, and that's why in The New Hope she calls him Ben because she knows him more as Ben than Obi-Wan.
Right.
So I thought that was pretty cool. And then it's like, just see. I agree with y'all. The little girl, like she like you would think that's a little Leia. You know what I mean? How Leia's attitude is in the same way that she kind of portrayed that. And of course, I love seeing Jimmy Smith back anytime they bring him back. So, as Bail. So I thought he was
he's always getting a piece of that Star Wars money.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure he'll be back again for Andor because he was in Rogue One.
Oh yeah,
so he'll be back again for that as well. So.
Good for him.
What is that?
That character.
What is Andor?
Yeah, I mean, I know he's from Rogue One. I like the character, but to me,
that movie's gonna be different, man.
His rep wasn't good enough.
Spy movie. It's gonna be different.
The main character, not the main character, but him and the girl, the main character. Yeah. So basically, it's showing. Just to go off topic real quick, it's showing him years before that, like how he became, I guess, a rebel spy. At the show. I don't know how great.
I was about to say, people care about that character that much?
No, but they did it anyway, which is interesting. So I'm going in that one like, with no preconceptions at all. I'm just gonna watch it because that trailer looked dope. I'm sorry to say, it looked really cool.
And Chloe, she definitely is 6 years old. That I'm just gonna say out top. Exactly. I have a 10-year-old and a 13-year-old.
Well, I would say the actor is 6 years old, but the character is definitely 10.
Where can I get a Lola toy? By the way, I want one of them.
They definitely gonna make some merch off of that.
Little robot. But adorable, bro.
But I think that because she was in that girl was in what's the movie where they're blind with on Netflix.
Bird Box.
She was in Bird Box, the little girl. Yeah, she was the little girl in Bird Box. So I think she was the best actress for the role, I guess. But she definitely is a little young.
She was good, man. I liked who they picked. I think it was a dead on the hair, everything.
It was Chris, but she's supposed to be playing a 10-year-old. I'll see her as 10 either, though. Actually,
that's what I was saying. And plus, also one thing that stuck out to me too.
Yeah, 10's pretty big for a girl.
She is the slowest runner I've ever seen in my life.
Yo, let's get to that though. Because so she gets kidnapped. Slow as she is, they couldn't catch her for like.
She got kidnapped by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, bro.
Flea.
Wait. Flea did his thing. I'm not gonna lie.
Flea.
I was like, oh my god, this is amazing.
But she's a slow. I said, y'all can't catch her. Somebody better do something.
They could not catch her, but they do actually kidnap her, and she's talking crap. The whole time.
She slid under that tree.
Yeah. They try to make it look
like, come on.
We're gonna use the force in a minute.
I guess it's hard for them to catch her when she could fly in space and shit. So
she wasn't doing that shit yet.
later.
I'm just saying, you know, the character can do all this crazy good stuff. So
way later, like she didn't even have force powers in the original trilogy. Like she
right,
whatever like that.
She did, but
and then but I will say this: it is her home turf, though, so maybe she knew like to go under the tree right there or where stuff was at. Because again, they're on her territory.
I'll give her that.
You know what I mean? If you know your woods better than anybody else, you know what to do.
Yeah, can't nobody catch you anyway, right?
All right, that's fair.
But they did actually
a pod race at 10, right? So maybe later.
That's a big difference.
Ow! She's a Jedi too, right?
Oh,
that's like somebody coming and chasing me in East Trenton. There's so many little nooks and crannies and cuts in the alleys that you're not gonna. Yeah,
you're not gonna know. But after the kidnapping, we do find out. Spoiler alert: that it was Reva who hired them to kidnap her. That's her plan to lure out Obi-Wan. After that, we do see Bail call Obi-Wan up, you know, and Obi-Wan still says no. Get your guard, get somebody else. I'm good, or stuff like that. Then he goes to work. He sees the young Jedi has been killed now, the one he didn't want to help, and then he goes back to his little hut, and he sees that Bail is there, shows up, and begs him again. He takes the job. So, and then of course, you know, at the end of the episode, he digs up his lightsaber and decides to go to the planet. So the whole thing ended with the kidnapping and him deciding to come out of hiding. Josh, how you felt about that at that point?
I was definitely expecting it because I mean they made a whole show about it, so it's kind of like, all right, great, let's get to the action here. Here we go, Obi-Wan, because we all knew he was gonna you know put the lightsaber back in the holster, so it was all good. So I was like, all right, finally we get some more momentum.
How do you like the plot of the kidnapping?
I thought it was a great plan. Yeah. And it was very clever and strategic because it's true for a Jedi at least, right? And especially since it was that specific person. I'm not sure if Reva knows who that is. She could, because it could be direction from Darth Vader. We never know, but well, not yet anyway, right? So for me, it was just like, and it was so irresponsible though on her part. Like that was dumb as hell. Like this to go run for Leia just to go run off to get kidnapped anyway.
Oh yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah, that was dumb. That was dumb as hell.
What about you, man? I thought about how
kids though, right?
Yeah, go ahead, man. I thought about all that. Yeah.
Oh, that's kids. That's you know that's the whole thing that they'll do stuff like that and not be aware of what could happen. So I think that the plot was like Josh said, man. It was well done because like Reva said, that, you know, they'll hunt themselves. So they can't allow a situation like that to go by without them getting the itch to fix it. It's what they do. So if you put them in a position or you come up with a situation where a Jedi is needed, in a way, right? It's an ego thing, right? So you're just like, yo, this is, and we've talked about it before on another show, the difference between Jedi and Sith, and Jedis are no better in a lot of ways than Sith because of what drives them. And in a lot of ways, ego drives Jedi, and they can't like, I'm the only person that can do this, and I'm the only person that can do it well. So I have to go ahead and do this. And look what happened. They made a plan, and he ended up chasing after it. So it all worked, and it's just interesting because now it lets me know, like it lets other people know how the Inquisitors think, but how they think and know how the Jedi think because of the way who they are, right? If you don't,
weren't some of them are Jedi? They were Jedi.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. If you don't know who the Inquisitors are, they're fallen Jedi in a way, right? Gray dark Jedi web.
Yeah, most of them were former Jedi. Yeah,
right. So in a way,
or Padawans like Reva.
Right. So they have experience in how a Jedi their thought process is. So again, they're great trackers, they're great hunters. I know how you would think. So this is what I'm gonna do. And I know if I do this and I do this, you're gonna do this and do all the work for me because you can't avoid it. So I thought that was really, really done. That plot and that whole that whole capture was well thought out and done, and it just showed everybody what Jedi are about, and it shows them that the Inquisitors are very formidable in what they do.
Yeah. What about you, Chris? How you felt about the kidnapping plot and Bill coming to see him and all that stuff, bro?
Yeah, that was cool. I like how Ewan McGregor played Obi-Wan as being like he's always been that reluctant hero. You know what I mean? Like he was like, Anakin, let's take them together, and instead, he was always became a hero, but he's always hesitant about how he went about doing it and stuff like that. So you even seen it at the port where he was thinking about that last second, like, do I really want to do this? And she's like, well, you coming or not? So I like that whole scene. Also with the Inquisitors, I remember reading from the comics that, and Reva, her main power is being able to read your mind, sort of. I mean, that's how they hunt Jedi. They can sense their fear and whatever like that. So I like how she's able to do that to hunt him down too. But yeah, that ending was pretty awesome.
E, how you felt about the kidnapping plot, the ending, and all that stuff, bro?
I mean, the kidnapping plot was good just for me because it's bringing Obi-Wan out. It's making Obi-Wan do stuff I want to see him do. It's also causing an interaction with the Inquisitors, which soon does come. I don't think it came yet, right? This is before he ran into them.
It's when he was leaving to go to that planet.
Leaving to go to. All right, like I said, the second episode is more memorable for me.
We'll get to that, yeah.
Yeah, than the first one. So as soon as he picked up the lightsaber, I really got ready because I already knew what time it was.
Obi-Wan back.
Once he dug that up, I was like, okay.
One more time, baby. Let's go.
Now it's my time. Now I'm getting ready to really enjoy the show because I know this next episode about to be nutty.
Yeah.
Saber, I guess left it in the box.
He left it in the box.
That's Luke today, probably
later on. Yeah, exactly. That's the when he gets to Luke later on. But yeah, I thought it was a good plot, good ending. First, second episode to me they're about even, but we'll get to that later on. I do. Oh, by the way, Chloe, if you're listening, and for the rest of you guys, Vivian Lyra Blair, who plays Little Leia, is 9 years old. She'll be 10 on June 4th. So she actually is.
Wow.
Wow.
Younger than 10.
She's 9. She'll be 10 on June 4th. So
yeah, they thought she was 6.
Yeah. So
hey, man,
10-year-old
looked like
this was filmed 2 years ago, right? Or so maybe
last year. Yeah, it's been 8 last year. I guess you're right. Yeah. So how many of y'all think from this first episode that we're going to see the Qui-Gon at some point?
Force Ghost.
Force Ghost. Yeah.
Yo, if we don't see him, it's a missed opportunity, bro.
No, it's not. He good.
You don't want to see Liam Neeson just one more time?
I think we'll see Qui Ghost real soon.
Qui Ghost. I like that. I think so because he called them twice and they foreshadowed it by showing.
He wasn't at Celebration at all either, so that's why I'm like,
Yeah, right. He wasn't at that Celebration
by showing where Yoda told him about that in the prequel.
That's where they ended that intro too, with Yoda saying, "Reach out. I'm going to teach you how to reach out with your former master," and then it was the series started.
Yeah,
so I think we'll see him.
And he's calling out to him twice.
I don't want to see him unless we're gonna get Darth Maul talking shit like to him, like, yeah, I'm the reason your master dead, or something like that. That's why he
4 more episodes. Well, we're talking about the next one now, but
yeah, right. We only got 4 more, right?
Yeah, we got 4 more.
I need more.
Vader. Got a lot of ground to cover yet, man.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I need more Vader.
We can't do this in 6 episodes, man.
Something
like this.
Well, we got no choice, But okay, how would you guys rate episode 1 to 10? Chris,
I'll give it a 6, a solid 6. Like, I don't know what to expect from this yet. I liked what I'm seeing. The Leia thing threw me off, but I think the tempo is going to pick up. So
6, wow. Main?
No, see, maybe even a 7, but I liked it. It was almost good Star Wars. So I like the second episode more. But we'll talk about that later.
Main?
I'm going to give it a 7.5. And I'm going to give it a 7.5 because, for one, it's not a groundbreaking debut. It's not a groundbreaking episode. It's not one that was written by, Bryce Dallas Howard or nothing like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And also I understand that from here you have to move forward. You have to lay the foundation and things like that. So I would say that for me, a 7.5 was more of a It's a normal rating. It was good. It has some good moments, but I want to give it room to breathe for the rest of the show. It's an entry point. So I think that for that, I think a 7.5 is good. I think that the next episode we're gonna talk about is different, but I think that's what I'm gonna go with for this one.
Josh.
Well, for me, solid 8 because it took everything full circle in Star Wars once again from where we started with A New Hope. Because we get to learn why, essentially, right? The story is telling us why Princess Leia originally called for Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay, I can see that.
Right, everything. So we're it's kind of like how we met our mother, right? Just like that show. This is how we figured that out. So, and again, there's so much possibilities where the storyline can blend to future series for actual movies. So they're gonna design it like Marvel, where they're gonna be a blend of TV shows and movies that you definitely want to see because they're connected.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna go with either a 4 or a 5. I'm gonna probably stick with a 5. The reason I'm so low with it is because I watch other shows too, and I watched like Stranger Things and stuff like that. And I seen how well done that was put together from beginning to mid-end.
Oh man, now I gotta watch that.
Yo,
you talking about the series or just the last season you just watched?
The last season I just watched. I seen how well, like when somebody loves their craft, they can't fuck it up, yo. I'm telling you, they can't fuck it up. I feel like they still need more people that really need to understand Star Wars. Like they got good directors, but they don't have directors that understand the property as good as they need. I'm telling you, if you get
they could make a Star Wars show that could run 4 seasons long. Well, Mandalorian, right? Oh,
right.
Yeah,
right.
That 3rd season.
Yeah. Okay, but before I give my thoughts, let's get some other thoughts in here from the one and only Miss Chloe Diz. What's going on?
Oh shit, Chloe Diz, what up?
Hello, guys. Sorry I was late. I was making Jello shots for later.
Hey.
That's a good excuse.
So I'm gonna say I'm gonna give it an 8.5 because I kind of know about Star Wars, but I don't really know about Star Wars. And honestly, that little 4.5 minute I guess
intro
basically connected a lot of dots for me. I was like, oh, Darth Vader, their father, oh, they twins. Like I didn't know. I did not know anything about it. Like, I watched the shows when I was little, the ones were in the movies and stuff, but it's just like, okay, there's Darth Vader. I know the main characters, but I didn't really understand the context. So I thought that was cool. And I give it an 8.5. Especially since I'm not a Star Wars, I wouldn't consider myself a Star Wars.
That's interesting that you gave it such a high score.
Really
right? So much. Yeah, that's a good perspective.
I think I do think that's the point from Deborah Chow. Close, not specifically demographically speaking.
Yeah. Yeah, because like when my mom's like, "Oh, you guys are gonna watch Obi-Wan," I'm like, I guess so. Yeah, of course we're gonna watch it, but I wasn't like excited to watch it. So after seeing the first, and I'm glad that they put 2 episodes together, because if it was just the one, I'd have been like,
Told you.
So I thought it was kind of cool that they did that. Like I looked at it as one really, really long episode. We watched them back to back, and it definitely piqued my interest. I thought it was a little cheesy at times, like especially a little girl. Like I'm like, she needed a timeout. Princess Leia need a timeout.
Yeah.
But and then like
she's 9, by the way. I didn't look it up. I don't heard me or not. But,
well, she's 9 now, but she definitely wasn't 9 when he was filming that. She looks like a little baby. I mean, they grow a lot within 7 and 10.
Yeah, that's true.
So like next season, I expect her to actually look like a 10-year-old. But it was
especially girls. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, makes you wonder if somebody can break into Alderaan and kill the leader as easy as she can get out, and other guards know nothing. Oh, where'd she go? Ooh.
There was like one guard, he got so
he did get shot.
Yeah, he got, and I don't know. I felt like maybe her parents should have did a little bit more watching her.
Some more parenting. Yes, I agree.
Showing her rebellious nature.
Man, listen, you mean to tell me some rich diplomats?
I was just about to say that's not even their real kid.
Man. I know, right?
Listen,
that's not their real kid though.
That don't matter. That she was a little baby.
let me say this: your adopted kid or the kid that you choose to look after you're probably gonna be more careful with them than your actual kid. I'm just saying. You feel a greater sense of responsibility because you like, oh snap, like I took on this responsibility, not like, oops, a baby's here. Let me do my best. It's like, oh no, I'm choosing to take care of it. So I expected her to have like more people around her. Like she just had the little robot. The robot didn't have cameras in it. Like
I want that toy, please. And if you can make it.
I'm mad because the chicks in the beginning actually helped her out by dressing her the doppelganger up, the decoy for her. They'd been fired. There's my staff. Why would y'all do that?
Yeah, y'all three, you were fired right now.
Again, though, was that her exerting her force powers?
Nah.
No, that was her being
right. A spoiled little princess rat, like that.
I don't know. That's the whole joke, though. That's the whole joke, though. You never know.
You're gonna get fired if you don't do what I say. So
you never know.
Right. And I would have fired them if I was the mom and dad. Like, you know what? All three of y'all, get the hell out of here. All three of y'all. Like I was a baby on the
And I'd be like, you're fired. Like you can't fire me. I quit. You're a poor excuse for a parent.
Right? She'd be like, well, you if you don't do it, my dad's gonna fire you. Hell, he'll fire me if I do this shit. Get your ass out of here. Go
She threw her under the bus, though. She said exactly as soon as the woman looked, she was like, "Oh, your daughter thought it was a great idea." That's a nice way of saying, I didn't really want to do this, but I had to because she's kind of my boss too. So
she is the boss too.
You know.
Yeah. At the end of the day, if she'd say, "I don't like them. I don't want them dealing with me," they gone.
You know what? And I need to know how Reva knows that Leia is the daughter of Anakin Skywalker. Where is that on?
She never said that. She don't know that.
She does. She said
no, she doesn't. She doesn't. She said that Obi-Wan and her father.
She used her as bait?
I'm listening. She said because Obi-Wan and her father were friends back in the Clone Wars, so she knew it would lure him out, stuff like that. Because there's records of Bail being down with the Jedi, which he was on the whole prequel series, stuff like that.
Well, he picked Yoda up at the temple.
Nobody would the hell Yoda at. What are you talking about?
Right.
Get in my car.
Yoda's on
Dagobah. Not yet. Oh wait, yeah, he is now.
He is. Yeah, he's on
trying
Dagobah.
not to be found. Trying not to be found. He's gone.
Right.
I think he might pop up as a force, like a force vision before
Obi-Wan,
before Qui-Gon. Honestly, like Yoda, I think Yoda reach out.
Yoda not dead yet.
Yeah, I think he'll. Yeah, I think he'll reach out.
Like a projection. You make it the projection.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, you talking about like the Force FaceTime, like on Rise of
Skywalker? Exactly. Like,
yo, listen, I don't have a problem with them doing shit like that, but if y'all gonna do it, make sure everybody else can do it too. Make sure
that's my problem.
Like that. Like I can't stand that shit. I can't. They straight half-ass give us stuff.
Not Force time.
Right. Force time. Give me the iPhone 4.
I mean, to be fair though, you can only do it with someone that you actually had a strong connection to in the Force. Like it's not going to be just anybody. It's going to be probably like less than a handful of people you can actually do that with in your existence.
Right. Luke should be able to do that with Leia.
All right, but then like what Obi-Wan do, I should be able to snatch E-Money's chain right now and take it with the Force.
Right, and I should be chasing over the galaxy while and out.
We don't know if people can do that because it's kind of like you got to observe your powers. Kind of like when Peter Parker becomes Spider-Man, he slowly learns his new powers, right? So if you're not gonna think to be able to do that, Kylo Ren and Rey, they didn't think to do that. It just happened because Snoke did that. So I don't see any reason why Master Yoda
because J.J. Abrams and Ryan did
they did that shit.
Power-wise, Yoda could definitely do that power-wise.
I believe Yoda could do everything anybody could do as far as a Jedi. For real.
He just don't.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to episode 2 because actually, to your point, Chloe, the girl was her most annoying in episode 2 to me. Actually, she annoyed the shit out of me in episode 2. But I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, you good, Chris. So in episode 2, Obi does show up on a new planet. I forget what it's called right now, but he shows up there, basically telling him, "Look, this planet, like you can get in, but you don't get out."
Daiyu,
thanks, Josh. Showed up on Daiyu. There's no service. He can't talk to nobody. Whatever. He's trying to find Leia. he walks up on where you said it was the old clone trooper that was Tamar Morrison.
Yeah, I was like, oh snap, Boba Fett.
Yeah. This time he's not saying I am Boba Fett. Like,
I was waiting for that.
Boba Fett. Nah, you was waiting for him to say like a bantha.
Like a bantha.
He's still ain't got no action though. He's just sitting there. Like,
just sitting there, no action again. Right.
Right. But yeah, we do see him, and then he runs with the people on the street. So I like how they play this a little bit.
That was good.
And one of them, gives him some spice, a little girl, and then the other dude,
who was actually his daughter in real life. I had no idea.
That was his daughter in real life, right? Yeah, Obi-Wan.
Yeah, Ewan McGregor's. Yeah. And then the other kid takes him to the false Jedi, which is played by Kumail Nanjiani, and we get the whole thing where he's like taking their money to give them information, but he is giving them raw information. So, closest you in here, how you felt about the whole start of the show and that with the fake Jedi and all that stuff?
So he got to the hood real quick. Number one, real quick. Like he went from like some like country bunking town to like the parts unknown. We'll just call it that. And you knew it was parts unknown because they just gave him spice for free. Like, here, we're gonna get you hooked first. The first one's for free. You feel me? That was
that's smart. Funny. Yo, that's 101. Yeah.
Disney promotes drug use.
Pretty much.
Shouts out to Disney. Let's go.
I mean, honestly, it was a lot of drug use in this.
It was the first time they showed anybody on spice.
Right, yeah, because wasn't people nodding off and shit?
You hear about it, you saw it in the Boba Fett series, but you never seen anybody high on it.
Yeah.
We did this episode.
And I'm going to say Boba Fett gave me context about what spice was. Because if I didn't see Boba Fett, I'd have been like, what spice? But you didn't have to watch Boba Fett because they went into what actual spice was this time. Last time was about the trafficking of spice. And this was actually about the spice heads. Okay, we're going to call them those. So, he ran in there, he seen the spice heads, and he got a little bit of spice himself. Then he went, and then I was like, okay, where's this gonna go? Like, I was like, oh, he's not gonna take it, but I didn't expect how it turned out. I thought that,
Wait, he did take 2 bottles of that, didn't he? The girl gave him one.
And he took one.
And he took one. But you only see him throw one. What does he do with the other one?
Well, maybe he took extra spice and put it in the little sample she gave him.
All right. What about the other part with the other kid who took him to the Jedi, to the fake Jedi?
Oh, the fake Jedi was funny. Like, I was like, okay, number one, they seen the spice people, then they seen the scammer 1-on-1. He was in the hood. And the good thing about the scammer though, the scammer actually was helping people. Because at first I was like, oh, the scammer, he's scamming, but is he gonna get her kidnapped because the little kid had the Force? Yeah. So I was like, oh, maybe he's in cahoots with the Inquisitors and he's gonna get the kid. Like, maybe this is their little hustle. But nah, he actually was like, he had a hustle, but he was on, on the up and up, more or less, in that area. So I thought that was interesting. And then it was funny how when he came in, when Obi-Wan came in, he didn't say who he was. He didn't even say he was a Jedi. He just let him do his thing. Because he didn't find out till later.
Right, he didn't want to. Obi-Wan still didn't want to keep his secret. I guess.
Yeah, keep his secret.
Yeah. So that was kind of cool because he could blew his spot up right then and like move some stuff.
But I tell you one thing: him going through what he went through in this second episode. I'm talking about the fake Jedi.
Yeah,
he's definitely going to know how to fake him out now. For real, if he ain't know how to do before, he's definitely going to know how now. He done felt it all. He done got his mind fucked with. Like, yeah, he definitely gonna know how to do it now.
Anybody else hoped that he was a real Jedi though at first, just for a second, because I
thought that'd have been good. Jedi. Yeah, I thought that'd have been
for
good.
A minute.
Yeah, I don't think that'd be wise in the galaxy, to be honest.
But see, that's my problem.
If he was a real Jedi, he would have been out there showing his powers like that, for money and stuff like that. He'd have never did that.
That's like a cowboy doing trick shots for money.
Yeah, but you sure he wouldn't?
No guns allowed.
For money? No, Jedi ain't doing that.
Wait, hold up. This ain't just a planet of people. This is a galaxy of people. You're telling me that we don't have no Jedi
people for
right?
money. That's all.
No, but I'm just saying.
Oh, that's all.
The Jedi just do a little force powers and do a little hustling.
Well, listen, if he was a real Jedi doing that, he would have been got. He would have been
right.
got.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
They felt the
no, I get what y'all saying, but I'm just saying. I feel like they need to put more people out there, like more Jedis out there. Show the sloppy Jedis that got killed. Show us the Jedis. Yeah, we saw one. Give me some more. Show me the Jedis that was real smart and not doing nothing, just standing there watching.
You know who I think was a Jedi? The homeless guy he gave money to.
No, he was a clone trooper.
No, that was cool too. I like that.
I'm pretty sure.
Wasn't that Rex?
Oh wait, she talking about Bubba Fett?
It wasn't Rex, no, but it was.
She talking about Bubba Fett? Yeah, like Bantha. Yeah, she talking about Bantha.
You say Boba or Bubba?
Both.
That's his stepbrother. Bubba Fett.
I be saying Boba, Bubba. I say both.
That's hilarious. Stepbrother. Bubba Fett and Obi-Wan. That's hilarious.
Obi-Wan.
That was pretty funny. Wait, so the old guy he gave the credits to, you don't think he's a Jedi?
No, that's a clone.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's actually Bubba Fett.
Yeah, it's one of the clones. Yeah, exactly. He's
really?
Yeah.
They all got, actor, though. It was the actor. Yeah, they all got the same face basically, but it's the same person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Right. Which means for him, the actor, he can keep getting money too.
Keep getting money,
get
right?
That money,
get
bro.
money, yo.
Get that bag. Get that space bag.
Yup, get that bag, yo. We smoking Inquisitor tonight.
He might got the best job ever because they got to use him to play himself. He's a clone. They keep getting money over and over again.
that's like the best job ever. Like we gonna make many characters, but you're gonna play them all. What?
Play them all. Who wouldn't love that?
Jonathan Majors got that deal.
Yes,
he does. He does.
Yo, yes.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a lucky man.
Maine, how you felt about the planet, the underground I guess the underbelly of the city, him getting lowered to the false Jedi and all that stuff, man.
Much like Chloe said, man, haven't grew up in Inglewood. I was like, oh, we home. Like I was like, oh, we over in my stomping ground. Like we where I'm at. And I thought that was really interesting. Like she said, how it just changed from like you over here in the country, and now all of a sudden, like
you in the hood.
You over here listening to California Love. You know what I mean? Like I was just like, yo, this is grimy. But I liked that. I like that change of scenery and change of pace because you knew some grimy shit was about to go down. Well, grimy shit was afoot. You know what I mean? So I thought that was dope. How I think it was I think Obi-Wan knew kind of what was going on. They're also, we all learned that Jedi are really good at I guess you could say subterfuge. They also know how to walk around and pick up information and be kind of like, a little bit subdued and incognito and kind of like pick up on things and kind of like follow those leads. So I thought I knew we were going to see something like that, see some investigative skills by Obi-Wan. I thought that it was really dope when he went down and saw the shyster, as I call him, do his thing. And yeah, much like how Chloe was like, oh yeah, he was on the up and up. Something as soon as I knew him, as soon as I saw the character, I said, oh shit, this about to be some slimy shit right here. And sure enough,
wow.
Man, as soon as he, oh yeah. Before I saw wondering too, I was like, oh, go out there to something that happened. They all were Obi-Wan, especially that has everyone ever used it?
It was uncivilized weapon. He said these blasters. Yeah.
And so when he pulled it out, I said, oh, he ain't got nothing to lose. Like he bowed it. Like
he in the hood.
He pulled out the steel.
He in the hood, man. Right. He in the hood.
Pulled out the clapper. Oh no.
He in the hood, man. He where it's at. It's where it go down at.
And so that also shows me, right? So that showed me that while Obi-Wan has some side of him that's reluctant, he is a part of him that I've never seen him. He'll get dirty if he has to. Which I was like, okay, I like this. You know what I mean? He isn't he isn't that too squeaky clean. You
He
know what I
never
mean? And I was like,
was.
I like that, you know. And actually, while I'm talking about it, I don't know if you could probably see where I'm going with this, but there were some things that Obi-Wan did from the first episode to now, like to the second episode, that kind of made me question what side of the spectrum he's on. Like, is he still full Jedi? Is he a dark Jedi? Is he a gray? Because some of the things that he was doing was kind of like.
So you never thought of him as always like like in that dark terrain? Like he always been slicing. I always seen blood when he fought.
See, here's the thing, though, right?
Obi-Wan got the grimiest kills probably of anybody in Star Wars.
Out of all the Jedi.
Yo, Obi-Wan, you see, he sliced you in half like he did Darth Maul.
Keep going, the arms, the blood. Yo, he be going in.
Yeah.
So
I just thought that there was more like he was more he
had more honor to it with the Jedi, right?
Yeah.
Because remember, like with the Clone Wars, there'd always be a Jedi with an army of Clone Wars behind or clone soldiers behind them. And that's how they marched into battle with honor. Now he's doing all this shady stuff and brawling with people in alleyways and stuff.
I could see
that. But now I never see him now. We'll get to that later.
It's
but
different now.
Hand-to-hand combat now. That was new to me for Obi-Wan.
Yeah, hand-to-hand combat too. Yeah.
There was parts of that maybe like he stole some stuff. He lifted some stuff.
That too. You're right, man.
He's doing some stuff that's making me like, yo, what kind of Jedi?
But I think
what
now,
honor you gonna have at Order 66?
Right. You gotta remember, I mean, not to go off topic, man, but the Jedi's fallen. So he don't even know if he believe in the religion anymore at this point. And remember, Anakin was the chosen one.
Chosen one, right.
And then for Anakin to go dark and make you question the whole religion at that point. You know what I mean? All he's doing right now is living in the hut and following Yoda's orders. I want you to train Luke.
Because if he had any of me in him, the first thing he would be saying to people is, "It ain't my fault. Fool turned dark." Like he been had that shit in him. He been had that shit. I tried to help the man. Nah, he went off on his own. I ain't got time for that.
I would say, you say he was pussy whipped and
yeah, right. Over there chasing that girl, pussy whooped and all that. That's his problem.
But you know what? I do think it was a cool world, Dayu, because it reminded me of like a Chinatown,
Yeah, that's
anime Tokyo.
Hong Kong, bro.
That was great.
You know what else? Madripoor, Marvel. Reminded me of that too.
Yep. Madripoor.
Yeah, that's 1000% right there. And then I love the fact that he was the dude from
Blade Runner.
Absolutely, definitely Blade Runner. And then what's the name from what's the movie? He was in the MCU.
Eternals?
The actor, sorry, thank you. Yeah. Actor who I was like, oh, okay. So originally he's a comedian, so I knew this was gonna be some funny shit.
Yeah.
As soon as he said, I am a Jedi with the lightsaber outside.
I love that.
And I was like, come on, man. You gonna get yourself hurt. You
man,
cut it out because the Empire is not playing with that, man. with the magnet. So for me, I was cracking up the entire time. I was like, okay, Wizard of Oz, relax.
No, it still was, dude. You grabbed that lightsaber out. I was like, oh,
I appreciate Obi-Wan's discipline in this scene because he figures out he's not a Jedi without using the Force. So the mere fact that he's asking for money, you're definitely not a Jedi.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like that's how Obi-Wan knew because he was asking for money, and like that's not what they would do and stuff like that.
Yeah, not Jedi. I mean,
not use their powers to gain money. I don't see that.
Order 66. You don't think I'm gonna use my powers to gain money to get the hell up out of there?
You might.
I guess you would.
Yo, you would be persona non grata in the galaxy.
Right.
So, why would you be even broadcasting that you got that power?
You'd have Inquisitors.
No, you know what? Bro. I might put some glasses on and pretend like you might be blind. You know how people do that in movies? Like you'd be better off doing that. Like,
as they say about Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
But I still be using my powers, right? Though I'd be blindfolded, doing shit a regular person can see and do. Give me that money. Let me get that. Let me get about it.
Look, he'll do that and then force move a cup over. Yeah,
all right.
Put that in there, bad boy.
Well,
put that in there. Yeah.
Main spoke about it, but we do see Obi-Wan. He goes inside the meth lab, I want to call it, or whatever, and get his Walter White on. And he becomes kind of makes the explosion with the spice, I guess, and easily steals the key, and then he gets in there and he finds the decoy Leia, because it was a trap, and then we see the gang that kidnapped her come in there and start beating him up, I guess, a little bit, and then he gets away by using the spice, and then finds the real Leia. So, Chloe, let me go back to you. How you felt about that whole part there? Inside the meth lab.
It was interesting. The meth lab scene, I was like, okay. Because, when I first started watching Disney stuff, I had to wrap my brain around the fact that I'm an adult now, so I see things differently with context. And like kids, are they going to see the same thing I'm seeing? But now with our smart kids in 2022, I'm pretty sure they understood what spice was, and that, that was a spice lab and what the spice does to you. And then it looked like the spice was fun, right? It didn't even look like they were having a bad time on the spice. So I don't know how I feel about that.
Recreational spice.
I was about to say, who has bad time on drugs?
How come Reva didn't get high as shit when she walked in the room either, right?
Because it was done.
It was done by then.
Yeah.
He threw the spice into them. They inhaled it all. So by the time she got there, they was just enjoying the spice.
And shit, Reva might be she might be what's that shit, immune. She might sniff that shit up and be like, where you at?
You know what, Chloe? Before I get to that, what I was asking you, because I must ask you this about the first episode. How do you like the Reva character for how she's portrayed? Since we talked about it.
You want my honest opinion, or do you want?
Yes.
Josh and I have talked about this. I'm like, why is always gotta be a woman of color with a chip on her shoulder? Every time.
I liked it.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, of course you do.
Like if she was, a different demographic, I don't think she would have had the same impact. I think that they needed to use a person like a black woman to have that impact, and I don't like that. Like,
what's her name? Moses Ingram, is that her name?
Yeah.
She's catching a lot of shit on Twitter for how she played her character, and I tell people all the time, like, why are you taking it to the actress who played the character? She has nothing to do with that. She was just portraying one. Why are all your hate going to her?
Because she's the person that's doing it. It's like you hate people that play certain roles. Like,
I know.
You're going to, because like now when I look at her, I'm like,
yeah, that's part of the fandom in these
fandom and toxicity,
fantasy.
And see, I felt the opposite because I seen her in Ambulance. In Ambulance, she was weak. So when I seen her in this, I'm like, wow.
I love Reva.
She was in Queen's Gambit.
Oh, I see that.
And that's where I recognize her from. And she had kind of the same chip on her shoulder there.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
You think she's being typecast then, Chloe, a little bit?
Well, not think. I mean, that's a thing. Typecast. Okay. But I'm saying the black woman.
But I think it's the magic that she puts on though. Like it feels real. Like just like I was saying earlier, even when the Doctor Strange with Maria Rambeau, when she made that face, she didn't have to say nothing. But when she looked at Peggy and made that face after Wanda killed everybody in front of them, it was like, oh, I know what she about to go do. I could read her face and see what she's thinking.
Well, okay.
And I feel like that with her.
So to your point, I'm gonna say I took it a little bit differently because there was no context to why she was like that.
Not yet.
And that's
figure it out.
That's the problem. So like,
I need that very badly now. Though
if they would have gave me like a whole context about why she's a mad black woman, like I'd have been like, all right, I could see her and I could believe it. But it's just like, yo, everybody else telling you to chill. You're not listening to anybody. You're just doing what you want to do. You're trying to do this power struggle thing, and you got this chip on your shoulder, and I don't even know why.
And that's great because we need that in Star Wars. We don't have no characters that automatically are like that. We don't have no characters from Star Wars that you can name.
Well, listen, to your point, I agree, right? I don't know anything about Star Wars, but for me, it's like, why gotta be her? Why couldn't it be the funny looking weird guy?
Because he already look weird. You
Why she had a chip on her shoulder? Like, and that's the part. It's deeper than rap, right? It's deeper than rap. So for me, it maybe because of my perspective.
So if you get a backstory, it'll help you out with the character. Basically,
we better get one.
But Maine already made the point about that, though. Why she's aggressive compared to the other two. The other two, you just look at them and you don't want to fuck with them from the gate. You look at that man with that Raiden hat, and he look all crazy in the face, all that. No,
Okay.
my man with the bald head with the lines in his face. No,
is that what you said, man?
Yeah.
But where
I didn't say nothing about no Kung Lao, no Raiden.
Yeah, he didn't say that.
listen. I get that point. I get it. I'm with y'all 100%. But for me, why it had to be a black woman? She could have been like a white woman. She could be an Asian woman. Like
we got those already, though.
But we don't have any positive black. Like, where's the black woman represented besides this?
Star Wars?
Lupita Nyong'o's character.
Yeah.
She came out yet? I don't remember her.
I mean, but close point. She was an alien, though.
She was an alien, though. So I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying. I get what she's saying.
I kind of agree with Chloe, but I think if we get a backstory that would make it better.
I mean,
you know what?
I want to know what her hatred toward Obi-Wan is, or where it came from.
Is about character development. Just patience, young Padawans.
And I get that.
They're going to tell us.
I think also to piggyback off of that to what Chloe was saying, she mentioned, or somebody mentioned, has there ever been another character who operated the same kind of way that she did? And I think Kylo Ren did a lot.
Yeah, matter of fact, there you go. He did the same
shit. A little very impulsive.
Impulsive as hell.
He did want to do his own thing.
Very hasty.
He broke away. He was hasty. He was reckless.
He broke away from the First Order.
Where was Kylo Ren at? Is that something I would have seen?
That's later.
That's later. It's in the most recent 3 movies. Yeah.
That's Darth Vader's grandson. That's Darth Vader's grandson.
We don't talk about episode 9 around here.
So, you know, to be fair, that there is some of that. There is but I also here to be objective. I also see what she's saying as well, and I get that. You know, there's some things that could be done differently. Yeah, we could see what her character development is going to be like, and we will, because of the nature of her upbringing and who she is and what her path was like. But I will say this: the one thing out of everything that bothered me about Reva, and this is petty, and I know it, but the one thing that bothered the shit out of me was her stiff ass ponytail. God damn! Could y'all give her some movement with that damn thing? Did it have to be just stiff every time you bend her head?
She has
Did
that
you have
force.
To do that, man.
She has the force. Shamar Moore braid.
Come on, man. Did you have to give her the stiff neck? Come on, dog.
She was, you know, that was a part of her character. You feel me? Because she has a stick up her. You know,
I think that Kylo, we did eventually, you know, see more of his backstory, what happened with the temple and all that stuff, and how he started to go dark. So I think when
he woke up seeing a nigga trying to kill him,
and I think when they show more of that, you start to appreciate him a little bit more. So I do agree with Chloe that she is. I said she's like one tone right now to me, and I wish to give her a little more depth by giving her a backstory. Right? So Chris, I disagree with you. Like, actors can make artistic choices of how they play characters, so it can be her fault. It's not always like how it was written, how the director said it and whatnot. So
I mean, they give a little tiny bit of context later on in the episode. Well, I'm sure we'll get there, but
we'll get there. Yeah. And that's why I was going to bring up
character. Why give a real person hate for that? You know, I don't know.
It's kind of like, you know, if you look at it's the same reason people get love for playing certain people. Jon Snow, always gonna be Jon Snow. Harry Potter is always gonna be Harry Potter. There's nothing else you can do. When you're an actor and you choose to have a career, and in your face, your actual face is attached to that, even when you die. Look at Luke Skywalker. They're using him post-death. You're stuck to that character for eternity, forever, the rest of your life. So
Robert Downey Jr.
Exactly. And
but that's now. Before it wasn't like that. They recast the motherfucker quick.
Exactly. But now and you know, as an actor, I don't feel bad for people who choose to make money off of their image. This is a choice you make.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good. You gotta take the good with the bad, man.
That's true.
Well, let's move forward to talk about where we're at. Like you know, he does, like I said, wound up getting Leia. And you know, and they go on their adventure. She doesn't believe him that he's a Jedi. No, I'm sorry, she don't know who the hell he is. First, like that, and she's like, "Why my dad's in the army? Why he's in you?" Stuff like that. And she's making jokes, calling him old, don't believe he's a Jedi, don't want to listen, trying to run away, having a hard time with her. And man, you got a little kid right now. How you felt about that whole scene?
Man, I would have slapped shit out of her. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I just, man, look, I do me, because having a daughter, like. I watched her and I was like, please don't let this be my daughter's gonna be like. It's like bro, because she was giving him the blues, and I would have been like, "Sit your ass down somewhere." If I, damn man,
You know
what? Take a walk.
Right? I feel my boy.
I
I
would
feel
have
my
had to
boy.
do something. I would have been like, all I need you to do, like, listen, this is really just follow me, okay? I promise you, I'm not gonna hurt you. I just want to get you to this shit. That's all I want to do. Well, why? You're not so. I was like, listen, okay. I was like, Obi, listen, my man. Force whip her ass or something, bro.
Right, that's what I was about to say. Force whip. There's no way I'm arguing with a little girl like that.
When she said make me float while trying to get away, I was like, come on, girl. Like,
listen, I would have knelt down. I said, listen, I could float your ass far away from you.
Right.
You don't think that was a hint towards what she does at the end of episode 8?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was, but it's just like when you're going through Order 66, people dying, people hunting you down, shit looking for you, little girl, you're going to sleep. I'm putting that force magic night.
Look, how about this? This last vial of spice, boom.
Right, yeah.
That drug, give her some melatonin.
You getting high tonight.
Give her some melatonin.
Right.
I don't have time.
No, I don't got time. I'm with him with that.
Yeah, I thought she was so annoying here, man.
Wow. She was a kid though.
She did it right. Yeah.
You also got to remember, she didn't think she was in trouble the whole time.
Yeah, right. Like, where did you think you was?
Naive, man.
Felt fear the whole time, and I'm like, that's the part that didn't get me because she got kidnapped, but she like, my parents are coming for me. You can't do anything to me. And then she gets saved by this guy. She don't even realize she got saved because she questioning him. Like, wait, are you the real person that's gonna kidnap me? I'm running.
But y'all remember her in A New Hope? She was just like that. That attitude, that sassiness, same layer.
Yeah, she did it good, man.
She definitely to make you think she really is like a little version of Leia. So
and that's why Han had a hard time.
Yep, that's exactly why he had a hard time.
That's why Han, he was like, you know what?
She'd have told on me. She'd be like, yeah, I don't like that Jedi. He put me to sleep.
I'm so thin.
Well, let's move forward past her for a second, and get to where like they are in the alley, and then he sees the bounty on him. Meanwhile, though, the bounty that came from the Inquisitors. Let's start about that. Inquisitors come. They roll up on Reva, the Grand Inquisitor, fifth brother, and I think the fourth sister, right? Wasn't she there too?
She got her down, bro.
I think so.
Yeah. And they were like, you know, what you doing? Why would you kidnap a senator's daughter of all people? And she's like, shit, we done worse. Why not? You know what I'm saying? So to lure Obi-Wan out. And then, but the thing is that though, she was right. Like, it lured Obi-Wan out. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, but he was like, I'm gonna take the credit. You off the case. You know what I mean? Go back home. I'll holler at you later.
You are below us.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, you are beneath us.
Yeah, we got you. And you came from the gutter, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
and then
he was raw. I like him.
And then she put the bounty out on her own and stuff like that. So that's to your point, Chloe, where I think that gives her that chip because maybe they always try to, you know, make her feel like she's beneath them in some sort of way. That. Stuff like that. So how you felt about them when they came and all that stuff, Josh? I ain't talked to you in a while about this whole scene.
I thought it was a great example of the chain of command, especially with a Sith philosophy. Right. So of course, if you're going to be the strongest, you're gonna have to fight for it. Right. It's gonna be it's warrior order settings right here. So you gotta be nice with Force, saber, all that. If you're going to be traveling with us, you got to be certified like that. So I appreciate that illustration of that.
Yeah, that was dope.
It was just it was very reckless. You know, again, if you're as connected as we think they are, like directly reporting to people like Darth Vader, or
that's way too reckless.
So this is Obi-Wan is kind of like, yeah, you got to save that one for the boss. So that was very reckless. But at the same time, the Sith are cunning and, you know, backstabbing, and they might try to, you know, overachieve. So that's also part of the order, the mindset as well. So we're seeing it on full display.
Yep, double-edged sword.
You know, I even might dare say that she might even be rewarded for this.
That's what she wants, right? So she want to be rewarded for it, you know.
I feel she will be rewarded for it, but I also feel her tongue and her tone is going to get a lot of shit cut from her. You can't talk to that person a certain way, and we all know that.
Force choke.
Straight up.
So let me ask you this, Chris. If the motivation for her is just because she does want to move up in the ranks and show Vader how good she is, would that bother you or would that be good enough for you?
No, what would be good for me, what I would like to find out is that this entire series is about them turning her back to good. Watch.
Oh, you going by Mike Zero. That's what
Mike
Zero
I don't watch
said.
That clown, bro. I don't watch
He said it. He said that shit.
He said that? That was just came out poof right out of my head.
I think she's gonna die, me personally, but
I do too.
I think Vader's gonna you failed and Vader's gonna kill her. Absolutely.
I don't know about Vader, but I think she's gonna die though.
I think she'll have a redemption fight. It may not be this season, but I'm sure she's gonna have a redemption fight where it's the same way Vader did with the Emperor, and then she's eventually gonna die.
I like Reva. I would love to see why she's got this chip on her shoulder that we talked about, and I want to see what happens. That's important to me. But what's the series really about?
Obi-Wan
Kenobi. Let's go.
Let's go.
That's what this series is about. If they don't end with that, missed opportunity.
They're supposed to have multiple duels in the series from what I'm.
That's what I want. That's what I want. I want Obi-Wan fighting the Inquisitors. I want Obi-Wan fighting, running into Darth Maul, fight him.
Yeah.
I want him to fight Vader. I want him to run into Vader. Let's go. Give me that.
One more time.
Give me that. Ah!
What about
the hallway scene from Rogue One? I want some of that.
Yes.
Go ahead, Claude. I was going to ask you too how you felt about when Inquisitors came and talked to Reva about what she did and stuff like that.
Before then, wasn't there a guy that looked like Darth Maul?
Yeah. He cut his hand.
He's the same thing.
Same race.
Same race,
when he punched him and hurt his hand.
They're the same race. Oh,
yeah, he cut his hand on his head. Yep.
It's a bunch of them that's been around.
Oh, it's not just one.
One.
No, that's a whole race.
Yeah, they're like yellow. Why was I
think we saw one in Mandalorian too, right? A couple of them.
A couple.
If you watch the Clone Wars, you see Darth Maul's mother also had that red war paint. So
they
tattoo themselves. That's
okay.
Society or whatever.
I will touch on something I didn't say before. When Leia was running through the market, I thought that was like my favorite part because you could see all the creatures.
Oh,
it's always my favorite part to see the animals and like the people, the different, I guess, kinds of people, aliens or whatever. So that was kind of cool.
The coolest job ever making those alien costumes.
Right. And then the little things were like, and then she ran underneath the tall furry thing, and that was kind of cool. I love.
We've seen one of those before somewhere too. One of them long. Where
I'm sure there's some Easter eggs.
We saw that in Monsters Inc. That was what that was from. I remember that creature.
I'm sure there's some Easter eggs in there for sure.
But yeah, I thought that was cool. And then with her, I thought it was. I'm waiting to see what happens. Like I'm ready.
All right. So what happens next is the bounty that they show. Like I said, Obi-Wan sees it. She sees it. Leia, and it's like, yo, why it's only you and not me? So bounty they lured you in to come after me, which was that's some deductive reasoning by her. That was pretty good. She figures that out. And then she starts running away again and again. He can't catch her. I'm like, yo, this little girl, little legs must be fast. Something like that. I don't know what happened, but he can't catch her. He's running. She gets so far away, she climbs to the roof, stuff like that. She on the roof. Then you get the gun battle with Obi-Wan, who can't shoot because he don't want to use blasters, so he can't hit nothing. And that's when Reva sees them. We see the Star Wars parkour happening with Reva.
Yeah, that was a lot. I with that.
I'm proud of that. I am proud.
Go ahead, he touch on all that. We thought about that.
I'm proud of that. I'm proud that she even put that work in and started doing all that, hopping through the roof like that. She looked like a beast. I don't see the problem with it, for real.
You didn't think it was too much? Like
no, you chasing Obi-Wan. You're not chasing the dude y'all hung up outside. You're chasing Obi-Wan.
Why would you do all them flips and stuff if you trying to get to?
Hey, that was a lot, bro.
Parkour was awesome.
That shit was fire, right?
Hey,
Symbolism of her journey, okay? It was symbolism of her journey of how it's not going to go well because she doing the most. Like if she would have just ran straight, she might have caught up with him. But
she didn't have to scream on every jump too, because that was
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, she was doing. She was.
Bro, at one point, she had a backflip to go forward. I was like, "Why?" I don't understand.
Fire, yo! That is skill. She's showing skill. Think about it. Think about the people living in that city, right? And they looking up and they seeing this shit going on, and the only thing they can say is, "Yo, I saw that damn Inquisitor girl flipping off the roofs. I swear to God,
bro, that sound like John Witherspoon in what's it called, Vampire in Brooklyn.
Flipping and flopping his shit.
Yo, tell me that last scene though of Reva pointing her lightsaber like you won't get away, Obi-Wan, was like a mirror image of Rogue One when Vader missed the ship and he's standing there waving his lightsaber.
That's right. That probably means something. That probably means like
my whole thing is that like I agree with Chloe, man. Like I think it was cinematically, I guess, try to make it look good, but it was unnecessary. Like, you know what I mean?
It really was.
The fastest way to one point to the straight line. She was doing all types of all around shit.
Y'all thought it was a straight line. That's Obi-Wan. How we looking at her
jump down between the buildings once and then jump back up? Why did you just jump over?
No, because listen. Y'all don't know what he's doing. They not showing us what he's doing. He's probably flipping.
He was hiding, getting shot at by a dinosaur. You remember that part?
Yeah, exactly.
I thought that was more that a dinosaur with little arms was shooting at him.
That bothered me.
That bothered me too. Yo.
Obi-Wan can't hit him for nothing, yo. I say, yo, Obi-Wan shooting like stormtroopers now. He can't hit nothing.
But I'm just saying, I prefer her doing the flips than the dinosaur shooting at him.
I don't know, man. I don't know on this one, E. You got
man. Chris, listen. We hear Chris.
I'm there.
That's just
there,
all right.
Just like Mike said, there was a scene where she was on a roof and there was another thing next to her that was blocking her. But she looks to another building. She does a side flip to go on this thing.
Keep the momentum.
To go on the other side. All she had to do was climb up.
And why did she jump upside down to go down?
Right.
Remember that? He dove off the side of that building head first, bro. Like,
a part of me was thinking this was a parody. Part of me was thinking this was like something out of like a Wayans Brothers movie, like Hollywood Shuffle or something. Like I thought this was.
You're not wrong, man. You know what that scene reminded me of? And again, all the action was great. I
loved it.
But I think they should have spaced it out in the series, not just episode.
Wait.
That's number one. Number two, it reminded me of the scene from what was it in Austin Powers where he's on the
Oh my God. No.
Bruh. Like, come on, man. What are you doing?
Star Wars doesn't do very good chase scenes, do they?
She was showing her. No. She was showing her worth, man.
She was showing her practice. It was probably in her contract. She's like, if I do this, I got flipped 5 times.
Bro, she became small Biles and shit on the fucking.
What? Yo, listen. Watch how many movies grab her after that scene right there.
Man.
Watch how many movies grab her.
The Simone Biles story,
right.
Jeez.
That Boba Fett chase scene, that was pretty bad too.
Right.
So I felt.
Hold on. He was like, man, I was mad she didn't do one more flip. I thought she.
Yeah. She could have
watch that ending again.
They could have added one more in there.
But then count the flips. And you know what though? You know how I knew some shit was about to go down. I knew E got excited about this part. when they showed Reva, they panned around. They saw Reva looking down at the city, and she had that knee out. I said, "Oh damn, here it goes."
Yo, here it goes.
I thought the whole theme of that whole planet was really cool.
And sure enough, what she do? She dove.
And you know why I'm ashamed right now?
Here we go.
I'm ashamed right now because when me and TJ was watching this, TJ was like, "What is she doing?" I'm like, "She kicking ass. She going hard." Yo.
Even TJ was saying, "What the fuck she doing for?"
Right. I'm like, nah, she kicking ass. She going in.
The thing is,
she's like, "Whoa!" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yo, E, this is how I said Dayu reminded me of like the anime, Tokyo Town. Like that's what it belonged in anime. That amount of stuff. Not live action.
Not in Star Wars.
I love when we get new planets, though, man.
So what Josh is basically saying that belongs in Star Wars Visions.
I like that. I thought that Visions was good.
That's the multiverse of Star Wars,
right?
Basically, yeah.
She was practicing. I don't know what she was talking about.
Yo, come on, give her credit, man. She is beast.
And to be fair, she outperformed Luke on Dagobah.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Hey, now hold on, man. What? Now Luke love his front flip.
Yeah, he loved his front flip. Did you see? Did you see what she was doing?
Also, for no reason, he'd be like running straight and hitting a front flip.
He's building momentum.
Right.
Yo, it sound like Star Wars is the Michael Bay of flips.
Yo, right, yo.
You know what?
You saw Yoda in episode 2, right?
Right.
That's what it reminded me of. Thank you, Chris. That's the first thing I thought of was that.
We'll just. I'll look at it like Reva was practicing for the Sith Olympics. Let's leave it at that.
Basically, but after that aerial display from Reva, we get like you said, Obi-Wan shooting with the dinosaur with the short arms, stuff like that.
That was a Jurassic Park reference. That's a Jurassic Park Easter egg for sure.
We promise viewers
Jurassic World.
Jurassic World, that franchise. They always put like E.T. and stuff in there as like cameos in the background and stuff.
Yeah.
They always do that because of Lucas and Spielberg. That's all.
We're gonna get a Disney Plus series about this short-armed alligator guy.
Yeah. And then but the major part is that Leia does fall off the roof at her badass, and then Obi-Wan is forced to use the Force for the first time. Go ahead, E. How you feel?
I didn't believe him. I did not believe he was like it just didn't look good to me when he was trying to catch her with the Force. I didn't believe him.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't feel it. Like I usually feel it's like
it's because he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it. It's kind of like somebody making you do something like, I gotta do it now. She making me do it. I ain't
okay. See, all right, I ain't reading.
It wasn't like I look at it
rusty off the Force and shit. That's why
he don't want to do it, and the little girl wasn't listening, so he upset about that. Like I gotta follow this little girl.
Now that makes sense.
And well, like you said, right? He's reluctant. He's a reluctant guy anyway. He's reluctant. That again? So I was saying that you were also talking about how he's reluctant to do anything anyway, which sidebar is just another. It's fascinating how he's who he is. If he's a reluctant person. You have all this power and you're reluctant to use it for whatever reason. So that's just what it was.
Yeah, PTSD because last time he used the Force, he made Darth Vader.
That's true.
And then I had an issue at the beginning when she fell and she had the audacity to ask for help immediately. Like, why was you running in the first place? I was like, come on, man.
I mean, Obi-Wan is partially responsible for what's going on in the galaxy right now.
Yep.
He feels that way anyway.
Yeah.
He is
pretty much.
Is he not responsible?
He is responsible.
I was responsible.
Nah.
It's just getting started.
You're right. Because if it was me and I had to teach that man, I'd have said the same. Yeah, that ain't my fault. That man got sprung out.
I had the high ground.
I had the high ground. I told the fool, he jumped anyway.
Right.
If you raise a kid, right?
You were my brother, Anakin.
Right, but he raised the kid right, but then that kid got something and messed up his whole head because
he messed up his whole head.
You know what? Another way that you could spin that though, right? Is that I whooped his ass so bad he went to the dark side. You know what I'm saying? Like
love made him go to the dark side.
Yeah. I kicked that ass and couldn't handle it.
Yeah, I probably would have been able to turn Vader good just off of what Maine said, because I'd have been like, I whooped your ass being a Jedi. You can't cut it.
What you rolling up could make Darth Vader good, bro.
Yeah, you're right. Should have taken.
Just give him some spice, he'll be all right.
Right.
He ain't gonna want spice after this. He gonna be in my phone.
Yes.
So yeah, he saves her, and then she finally believes, "Oh, you're a Jedi," which also pissed me off. I gotta say. So And then as they're trying to
Hey,
get
Big
away,
Mike, you like that Gwen Stacy scene, Mike, from Spider-Man with the Force though?
That's basically what it was.
Oh yeah, that's true. You're right. Then we see they're trying to get away, and Haja comes back, the fake Jedi, and he helps them by shooting a droid and says, I do want to help you guys. And Obi doesn't believe him still, but he's like, no, I got you. Here's a way to get away. So
yeah, that's weird.
They start to get away, and then we see that he tried to buy him some time because Reva pops up. And then she's like, where they at? And then he's trying to, and she's like, no, you're no damn Jedi. It's like she knew right away and whatnot. And it's so crazy because she played him so bad. She was like, I ain't gonna kill you because you ain't worth it. Like, I'm gonna just like read your mind and walk away because you ain't really nothing. And then we see she chases Obi-Wan into the warehouse. And to your point, Chris, on that scene, we see where she like can sense Obi-Wan knows he's still there, and says you fear, shows you where you're at, and then she drops the bomb that Anakin is still alive and Vader is Anakin, and then at the end she kills the Grand Inquisitor. So Chloe, that last sequence there, how you felt about that?
You squeezed a lot into a little bit of time.
The
last sequence was a lot. I was focused on the little girl. Well, something that just popped up in my mind was how Princess Leia, if she was using the Force, she would have just known he was actually a Jedi, number one. So she don't know nothing about the Force yet. She just a little girl who thinks she knows everything. And
Right.
at one point, she was saying to him, which is typical for 8-year-olds, she was saying to him, like, oh, well, how can you just not trust anybody? That must be sad. Remember when the fake Jedi was giving him, how are you telling him what to do and you just jumped off a building, almost died? It was a lot. It was like, okay, cool. And then the part where was it the fourth brother or something?
Fifth brother.
Which one?
Fifth brother. Did we get to the part where she slayed him?
Well, okay, let's stop at the part where she reads his mind.
I'm about to say, I don't think he did.
Hodge's mind, and then finds out he's not a Jedi.
When she read his mind, obviously I knew that was gonna happen. But like E-Money said, now he's really gonna know how to scam people. Because he's gonna be like,
he's gonna know how it all works. Right?
Yeah, he's gonna know how it works. And I'm surprised.
Why couldn't she use that ability on Uncle Owen to know that Obi-Wan was hiding right over there? Right?
She was like using him as an example, though. Remember?
Yeah.
But like, if her ability was to read people's minds, and remember, because she said, "I don't even need that info from you. I'm taking it from you." But you took that from Haj.
Right, but with the Inquisitors, she couldn't just invade them. They wasn't having that. They was trying to.
She didn't know Owen was on Tatooine.
Obi-Wan was on Tatooine. Obi-Wan, yeah. I don't know. That was just
they were just hunting Jedi in general.
It has this ability, but it couldn't use it in a way that made sense at the time, right? Like, why didn't you do that then? But I don't know. Plot moving forward.
I think she didn't because she was just making an example out of him just to show her her power in front of the whole town.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think she was really looking like she was, but she wasn't. I think she was just kind of like putting on the show.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
She couldn't kill Haji because he got information. So she had to use that power first. You know what I'm saying?
That's what confused me though, is that she did that and she spared him, and she cut off old lady's hand.
Because she was showing off. She was showing off at the town.
Right.
She's reckless too.
And remember, the Inquisitors was standing there that time. When she was in the town wilding out, I don't think they was standing directly over it.
I think she was disrespecting him. Like, yo, listen, you are a fake Jedi. Like, I really you're beneath me. I have no use for you at all. Like, I don't need to kill you.
I always thought the Inquisitors were what they were because they could sense Jedi. I thought that's why they had them hunting them.
They can. That's how they know where they're like. Yeah, but not specific Jedi. Yeah, they are Jedi. Yeah,
right.
Jedi, so
right. Remember, that's Obi-Wan, man. That's a different class.
The Jedi hunt themselves.
And just to point, like how you're saying that, I thought that was kind of cool for somebody who doesn't really know much about Obi-Wan. Like how when he had the bounty out for him, they was telling her like, "Yo, this not just a regular
dude.
Like y'all need to be." And she like, "Whatever, I'll kill him." And then look at what happened. So I thought that was kind of cool to show how he really is a different class, a Jedi. Like, because you wouldn't know that if you don't have any context.
No, definitely. Josh, how you felt about that whole that part there where Haji comes and helps him get away, and Reva reads his mind before they get to the warehouse and all that stuff there? Or I guess it was a warehouse.
similar to Leia and Obi-Wan, I still don't trust them, obviously. So it was we don't have any other options. So of course we gotta choose this option here. So that was just a means to end. But in terms of Reva, essentially using him as an asset, right? Because it's like, to me, that was the most sensible thing she did by not killing him, because he's going to be a great source of information going forward. So I thought that was the one of the most level-headed things she did, besides the initial plan to lure Obi-Wan out.
I agree too. You agree, May?
I do, actually. I think that really was well done, and I didn't think about it until then. But yeah, sometimes you gotta keep some small fish around to catch the bigger ones later. And for him to know the lay of the land and all of that, you know what? Now that you say that, Josh, I wouldn't be surprised to see if at some point he turns into an informant for her.
Right. Again, showing her street smarts.
Okay.
Yeah, I just don't want to do no more flips. No more flips.
Yeah.
Give me more. Y'all heard me. Give me more Star Wars.
He's definitely doing more.
A hood
Jedi. He be at the crib like 9.5.
Right.
Hold up, just go.
Did you rewind it? Did you rewind it?
Yeah. Yo, shoot. Yo.
Look, I bet even
I respect her,
all this
man.
right here. I bet even.
I definitely was making the sound effects with her.
All right, so you're right, but there was a lot. So let me now get to the ending where they go in the warehouse, and Reva's the sense of fear, like I said, and then the Grand Inquisitor comes in. So let me show you how this is done. Before he can do anything, she I don't know if she killed him or not, but she definitely gutted him.
We smoking Grand Inquisitor tonight.
Yeah.
And
then
I think he's dead, bro.
He's definitely not dead.
He's not
He's
dead.
not dead.
Just like Cad Bane ain't dead, he ain't dead, bro.
Oh yeah, they do.
We're still on the Cad Bane ain't dead train. Going on that.
Well, since we know that the Star Wars cartoon is
cool.
canon, I know he ain't dead either.
Okay.
And plus, we just saw the chick. What's her name? Boba Fett partner get gutted. Her whole insides got fixed up and stuff like that.
Exactly.
From those mod dudes or whatever. So I'm sure somebody could fix them up. So,
what about that other girl? What about that fourth sister? We gonna see more of her?
I'm sure we are. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it got to be bodies for Obi-Wan to drop.
But then drops the bomb, like I said, that the Anakin not only alive, but Anakin is Vader. And then we get, like you said, at the end, we see Obi-Wan say Anakin, and Anakin wake up. Yeah. So
if I don't see one of those Inquisitors flying with the lightsaber like they do in
I was just thinking that.
I want that. I need that. I want to see that live
action. I need that shit to go
flying in. Oh, please give me that.
Yeah, that'll be dope. But Chris, how you felt about Obi-Wan's reaction to finding out about Anakin and Vader and her killing and her stabbing the Inquisitor and what that means?
That was my favorite part of the whole episode. Was kind of like that mirroring when Luke sensed Vader and how he's like Anakin. I guess he thought Anakin was dead. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. Yeah, I thought.
Y'all didn't pick that up the whole time.
Yeah.
Having them flashbacks.
No, I mean. They don't talk about that in A New Hope at all. Like, he, is surprised that he's Vader and finding that out.
Yeah, I was under the assumption that he.
I love that part. That was my favorite part of the whole series so far.
The reason it was my favorite part because them eyes opened up and they were red.
Bro, that's the taste we got. Oh,
I can't wait to see him coming out there. I hate you.
I love Darth
Give me that same
Let's
energy.
Go.
Give me that same energy you had. When you got chopped up.
Do you think there'll be any repercussions for her killing or gutting the Grand Inquisitor?
Hell yeah.
Vader's gonna kill her.
Yeah, Vader, you don't just go over my shit like that.
She's gonna be like, look who I found. And Vader's like, good. Dead. Let's fight Obi-Wan.
You know what though? You know what I expect, and here's what I'm thinking. Just like Chloe said, I don't think Obi-Wan had known nothing about this whole episode 3, right? When everything happened, when everything went down, like that was it. They went their separate ways after that. Right. 10 years later, we're now in a situation where Obi-Wan just thought that Anakin died of his injuries or whatever, and that's it.
You know what I think? I think Reva could
I'm
be.
thinking is that Right. So I'm thinking what might happen actually, which might be surprising. Is I think if I think Vader just wants to talk with Obi-Wan to probably try to sway him to join his cause. That's what I think is why they want to bring him to Vader. Vader wants an audience with Obi-Wan. They haven't spoken to each other at all.
Is Reva a character who's been there before? Or she's
brand new.
No.
So what if she's like his daughter?
Who's?
Darth Vader's.
No, I think he's gonna be.
Like
she's gonna be.
daughter?
She's gonna be his new Ahsoka, but on the dark side.
You don't think like his adopted daughter, like because he lost his kids, right?
If anything, I think she's a Padawan, older.
Well, she was a Padawan.
So I think she's one of the ones that got hunted down.
I'm predicting don't get attached to any of these Inquisitors. The way you're going to kill them all.
Honestly, I think we're going to see it in the backstory. We're going to see how some of these Jedi turn to the dark side.
Well, the question really is, how does she know that Anakin's alive? Nobody knew that shit in like Star Wars, before, except for Palpatine, Vader, and
some droids.
Yeah, the only way I can say she know is being that close to the Inquisitor, like being an Inquisitor and being that close with working with him.
But do they all know, you think, or just she know?
No, I think they all know.
I agree. I think it's a company secret.
Really?
Yeah.
I got a feeling it's just her that knows.
Nah, I think that's it. Oh, and if it's just her that knows, that means she's definitely one of them kids.
Oh, one of the kids in the first scene?
Yeah. She is. She's the black girl. She's the very first girl. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So she was a Jedi already, and she probably feels pissed off that.
Yeah, but still, how does she know that Vader's
Adam? Because look at her age at that time.
You know what? All I can think is that she went and saw those same videos that Obi-Wan and Yoda looked at, where they show where Palpatine said, "I'm gonna call you Vader from now on," or whatever. Unless she saw those same videos, stuff like that.
Or somehow, right? She used her ability to extrapolate information from people or from certain things, or other means to get that information.
Wow. Yeah, I forgot about that power. Or she did that to Vader
when he was sleeping in the back.
Yup, and he's pissed. Ooh, it could be a whole bunch of shit. Let's do it, man. Let's
all right. Well, let's rate episode 2, guys. How you guys felt about that, man? Chris. With your different backgrounds.
Chris
okay, the bricks.
They gave us a taste of Vader. That's what I want. I gave it an 8, man. Episode 2
an
8.
Okay. Man, what you think, bro?
I'm ready.
You know what? Because of the pacing and the story and everything, I'm gonna give this one a 9 actually. Yeah. I really liked the direction of it. I like the pacing, I like the camera work, I like the narrative, the plot devices, the action, not so much the force hardcore, but I thought it was solid. I really liked this episode. It was really nice. I liked it.
Josh,
as everyone said, I think the second one's always going to be the better one out the two. So I'm gonna definitely give it a 9. I agree with Maine as well. Like I love everything they did with this, because again, the first 2 episodes is all about world building, and it kind of reminds me of Big Mike and I's first conversation on Mental Theater, when I was saying, because we were talking about The Mandalorian, how the episodes are like so short. These episodes are like 44 minutes, which is on the shorter side. And then when Mando first launched, it was also 2 episodes as well.
Was the second episode shorter than the first this time around?
It was about the same.
I think it's about the same.
One was like 50 minutes. And one was
so this is why I think they eventually in the future, I think they're going to have hour-long blocks, kind of like Game of Thrones. I agree. Because this format, like to E's point, if you had if you had both of these episodes together, wow. Right. Like I mean, you would get a more of a frenzy, just like Game of Thrones. See what's happening next.
I guess 6 seems to be the magic number too with these shows. So
it is bite sized and it's strategic and it's working so far. I can't knock it.
Yo, I'm gonna say that the Stranger Things episodes for this season, the way they did that, I think that is dope too. It's like an hour and a change.
I didn't see the 3rd season. I only watched 1 and 2. I never watched the 3rd one. So
they can go longer, man. Stranger Things went longer. They can go longer.
Yeah, you know what? It changes though, Josh and Chris, because I think Boba Fett was 7 episodes. Mandalorian is always like 9 or 10. So I think it depends on the on what the series is and stuff like that. But how would you rate this episode?
Oh, this definitely gets a 9. Shouts out to the parkour. Girl, you did your thing. You did your thing. Proud of you, sis. Proud of you.
I gotta watch that again, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm proud of her. She did her thing, man. Very, very aggressive. And we smoking Inquisitor pack. Again, shouts out to you. Then we got Vader. Shouts out to Vader.
Bro.
Yes, the red eyes opening, the breathing, the back to tank. Let's go. Let's go. Y'all gave me what I wanted. Second episode. Thank you. Give me some more.
If episode 3 is not him coming out of the back to get tank, getting all his gear put on, give it to me. Let's go,
man. If episode 3 is that, episode 2 is over for
bro. That's it.
They might actually start. They might start the episode with him gearing up. If they start the episode like that, that'd be nice.
I think they will. Yeah,
I hope so.
That's gonna be fire.
Let's
Chloe,
go.
how would you rate it, Chloe?
Definitely a 9. It was better than the first one. But like I said, if I saw them separately, definitely like the second one. The first one was a little bit more slow paced, like a lot more slow paced.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Like all I remember is him chopping meat. Like I don't know.
Chopping and stealing it all slow and shit.
Right. That big ass salmon.
Man,
What was it, like sushi?
Yeah.
Whatever it was
that sandwell that they were.
It was a sandwell.
Right, but then it was
right.
It was a small ass piece of that big ass animal.
I know.
What's that behind you?
I'm trying to figure out how it's not spoiling. It's essentially like seafood. Like, what's going on here?
You're giving that poor her space fam the size of like a sliver. Come on,
that's
dog.
crazy. Yeah, that is.
Give more of that space fam.
It did look like Space Man. But yeah, so the second episode definitely a 9. Like I like the fact that they're just giving us who we know. Like even the thing that looked like C-3PO.
Well, no, C-3PO was there actually in episode 1.
He's gold, right?
Yeah, he was the other one who was doing the language deciphering languages and stuff like that.
They didn't name him though, but you saw it. Like I saw him there, but they named.
Did you have your captions on like you always do?
Did I have him on the last episode?
If
no,
you did. It said C-3PO when he was doing.
No, we did. It did say it.
Oh, it said it. I missed that. I fell asleep. Well, the first night I fell asleep, and then we had to watch him. We watched him again yesterday, but yeah. So the second episode was dope. I like the fact that Darth Vader was in there, and like I said, for a person who does not watch Star Wars and only remembers glimpses, that little 4-minute, recap of everything, I was like, oh, this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, remind me like a soap opera, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was like, dang, they put all them episodes in 4 minutes of movie time and 4 minutes for me to understand.
They should have been doing shit like that though for other people that's not into it. They should have been doing that.
Yes. Yeah. So now I feel like if I go back and rewatch those movies, I'll really understand what is happening, what's going on. But I thought that it definitely piqued my interest in Star Wars now. And then especially since we watched Boba Fett and the Mando, like now I'm like, oh, that's a Bacta tank. Oh, that's spice. Oh, that's like I'm remembering things from different series. So I think that they did really a good job with introducing the series, how they introduced them. Because if they did not start with Mando, honestly, I probably would not have been intrigued to watch anything else.
That's awesome.
Baby Yoda is like
the new Mickey Mouse. Yeah,
he's the new Mickey Mouse.
That's the reason why.
Here. Oh wait, you can't see it.
I'll tell you what Mike got us. He got his Baby Yoda stuff too.
Yeah, show it off. But yeah, I agree with you guys. I'm gonna go with an 8 myself while she's pulling up that. I think solid 8, good some good action, some unnecessary action, but some good stuff. There we go, E. That's what I got.
Okay.
I got a sports bottle that has that on there.
This is my good side.
Yeah, I love that.
And I feel like and good callbacks, between both episodes. R2 was also in the first episode, which is good. And let me ask you a question. So if my thing is, if R2 stayed with Leia like forever,
was that C-3PO? that
was 3PO and R2 with there. Yeah.
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 Okay.
So I'm like, did Luke essentially steal R2 from Leia? Like later on because of like, yo, what he Leia's from the beginning and shit like that. So
there's a lot of
he brought the message to Obi-Wan.
Yeah, Luke.
Like when Leia sent that message, like, oh, you know him from he fought with my father, and I'm like, when he rescued me on that planet that when I got kidnapped, like, you know what I mean? Like when you reference that, because that was sooner than helping your father in the Clone Wars.
I feel like
sooner. It was after the Clone Wars.
Luke started messaging.
It was more recent.
She's giving the message that she, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you served my father in the Clone Wars. Not like, oh, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you rescued me that one night when I got kidnapped by Flea and the Red Hot Chili Peppers. You know what I mean? Like,
but she might not remember that. That might
right. But we all know the prequels weren't created before.
Yeah,
I know.
So you got to get
if you did, honestly, because 9 years from this show, it's when A New Hope starts, and ain't no way in hell Ewan McGregor turns into Alec Guinness in 9 years. Like he's old as hell, like that. He would not look like that.
Maybe.
Or Leia either, because Leia looked like she was 30 in A New Hope.
Right. Exactly. So
damn.
Yeah. I think the one thing they messed up on, and maybe this was a foresight for Lucas, if they could have made Obi-Wan a little younger in the original, it would have like really made the continuity work better for me.
He might look. Oh, you mean the original? Not this one. Not this series.
Well, what I'm saying, Chloe, was that in the original he's old as hell, but this was only 9 years before that, and I'm like, how the hell? Like,
maybe the Force ages them.
I don't know if any of you guys played any of the Hitman games.
Yeah,
Hitman movie that came out in 2015. That was the guy Rupert Friend who played the Grand Inquisitor in this movie now. So I want to go back and watch that 2015 Hitman movie.
Oh yeah, that was.
Yeah, he was also Quinn in Homeland, which was great too.
Well, before we go, because I want to end this soon, but we got to talk about Star Wars Celebration. You heard about
dude. What did you like?
Well, you know about the Mandalorian. They showed the season 3 trailer, which is coming out now February 2023. No, it's February. Okay. It's coming out.
February. Okay.
And then of course the what we talked about before.
Ahsoka.
Yeah, they showed.
I think her shit gonna be fire.
Yeah, it's gonna have a lot of callbacks.
They're gonna have a lot of people from Rebels being made live action, so that's gonna be awesome.
I heard Ezra
and all that.
Yeah, and Mandalorian gonna take place a lot on Mandalore with Bo-Katan, like in the whole season, I think, or something like that. So that's
man. They're going after Thrawn, bro. They're going after Grand Admiral Thrawn. That's gonna be a great series.
Ahsoka is, yeah.
That's gonna be fire. That's gonna be fire.
And then of course the movie they talked about, like I said, was coming out next. It was supposed to be coming out next. What do y'all think the movie will be about? Man, you got any ideas? Like Taika Waititi's movie?
I don't know. They knowing like what kind of movies he typically does, you would eventually like will immediately think something comedic, something funny, something wacky, goofy. But I think that he may actually surprise us and do something a little bit different. I personally like. I know a lot of people don't really like this kind of era, but I like the High Republic a lot.
Yeah,
and I'm wondering if he's gonna do some stuff in the High Republic era. That would be nice. I would hope so.
I'm enjoying the books.
You said what?
I said I'm enjoying the High Republic books for what it's worth. So.
Yeah, so I think that would be something that they could touch on. But the thing is that with Taika, you really honestly never know.
Right.
He's very, very. I guess you could say he's a virtuoso when it comes to genres in a way, and how he could take a action movie or action flick or script and still find some way to make it refreshing. So I don't know what he's gonna do, but I hope that if they do go that route, the High Republic is where they land.
Okay. Any thoughts for you, Josh, about his movie, Taika movie?
I haven't thought about which era they would use. I'd rather be surprised. But to Main's point, I think that would be a great shout. I think Old Republic always has some great storylines as well. You get to incorporate some of the video games. So I think that would be smart to have both aspects. And I will say, this entire series did remind me of a video game. This video game, actually. So I hope that
Yes.
Because in this one, you actually get to play as Anakin and as Obi-Wan. You get to play in the dark side.
Did you just have that on hand, or did you plan on talking about that? That's awesome. I love that game. This game is great. Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
He's always prepared, Josh.
No, you know what it was? He had it on his desk, and he heard Palpatine say, "Do it." And
Do it.
Okay, yes.
More
Me too.
power.
Oh, that's
That was so good, man. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming on. As usual, we'll keep this at 12:30 on Sunday for everybody's schedule for it to work out. Obi-Wan comes back on Wednesday this week, though. So, I'm happy he's coming back so quick.
Sunday. We'll see you Sunday, huh?
And we'll see you guys on Sunday. Thank everybody for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see
May
you
the
guys
force
later.
be with you.
There we go.
Peace, everybody.